Toys, 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 manly toys, 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 toys,
and TV and movies too. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Toy Duo team, where we come to you live on Saturdays at noon in the middle of the day. So if you have other chores, you can get out of them to do this fantastic live stream or to come and watch the live stream. But anyways, every week we're going to talk about action figures, movies, pop culture, whatever comes to mind, and probably some stuff that nobody's actually interested in. But I know everybody's interested in everything we're going to talk about. Today we got just Dan over here. We got Sir Eric down. Rick, collect them all except Ahsoka. She's something. Connor from Fuller's Figures. And look at this. Dino from Geek Strong got out of yard work today. It's probably too hot over there to do.
It's actually raining right now, but I thought I was in timeout when you started the show. Everybody was on top and I was down in the corner.
Yes, when we do this one, you will be on timeout over here under the powered by. I almost put that little square behind the powered by StreamYard's logo. That's how you can tell that this live stream makes $0 whatsoever and cannot afford to buy the professional version of StreamYard.
Even if we all teamed in $10 each, it would still not be enough.
It would not be enough. Anyways, let's say hi to some people in the chat. We got Gap After Dark joining us. We got Lack. He's here saying hello, friends. Sunny Sundry says woken up early again. Jonathan Redmond saying evening all. It's all different time zones too, apparently. And let's see. David Barr is here. We got Gilster joining us. Let's see.
And Nightbot.
Nightbot. Oh, yeah. Just pay no attention to that Nightbot character. He's just basically spamming you with a whole lot of good information about the show. We are available to listen to in your car on your commute to work. If you need to listen back to anything, just go to wherever you get your podcast and you can listen to us talking all over each other, which actually brings me to the comment of the week. Let me pull that up.
And that was
now we got a comment of the week. Oh my god!
Yeah,
I think
so many cool segments.
Yes, new segment. This is the comment of the week, and it is: do youths have to talk over each other?
I don't know what he's talking about. I've never heard any of us.
I don't understand what's going on.
I don't even know.
I was totally expecting something else.
Saying that this is not a
Thanks for subscribing
show.
to all of our channels, True Love X.
Anyways, that answer to that is yes. And part of the problem is because when you have 6 people sitting up here doing a live stream and everybody is more interested than hearing themselves than any of the people that they're with, you have to talk over each other to make your point, except if you're Dan, who basically sits and doesn't say anything for the entire 2 hours.
And when Dan does finally have something important to say, everybody still talks over him.
Yes. You know, I'm just giving you a hard time, right, Dan?
Hey, I got 10 words. Wait, was it 8? 8 words last week?
8 words. I counted them.
They weren't in a row, though.
Jumped in. I am not going to call him Jimmy this week. So rest assured, I know it's Jumpy McClunky. All right. So what's been going on? Anything?
Nope. Real boring week.
All right, sounds good. We'll jump right into it.
It's raining on the
Show over. See you guys.
I told everybody on the internet.
So
I rushed home for this.
Yeah. So in this week's episode of the TV/movie news you didn't need, did everybody see the multiple titles for the Agatha TV show that's coming to Disney Plus real soon?
I thought it was funny.
Do you think, honestly, like some of these I made up, right? Like the transparent magic, obviously that's because she was in that show Transparent. The bad words is supposed to be a play on the bad moms. The magic's funny that way. I think she was in some movie called Funny That Way or something like that. Oh, I put it up there twice. But anyways, 2 of those were actually ones popped up by Marvel. What do you guys think about like them
Changing
making
titles?
fun of all the iterations of the titles, or do you think they purposely changed the titles to be able to like?
Well, it'd be weird if it was an accident to like, as an official employee of Marvel Studios and graphic people, post something on Twitter, and then what? Half hour later, oh, I'm gonna unpost this and let's see if people still talk about it. Like so, much like that Hasbro, leak, fake leak, not leak, Sandcrawler, whatever. I don't. It's weird. Like people get fired for much less mistakes at jobs, don't they? Like.
I thought this was funny, and they were poking fun at the changes.
So it must be a purpose.
That's what
Maybe
I think.
their episode names. I've seen that thrown around.
I think that when they very first thought of this Agatha, it was I think Darkhold Diaries or something like that, and then
House of Harkness, I think.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then when it was, we don't really like that title, so they just changed it. I think it's just a matter of like the tone of the show is setting like, oh, maybe we need something funner. We need something a little bit more catchy, something like that. Or how are we going to capture people? I don't think that it was necessarily intentional. I just think it was like the process. And then they just decided, well, we'll just make fun of ourselves because we changed.
I don't see the Step Brothers version. Wasn't she in the movie Step Brothers?
I don't know who she was.
I haven't seen that.
The brother's wife.
I don't see any Saturday Night Live references. She was a brilliant cast member for many years.
She was great in Step Brothers.
Oh my God, she was hilarious. Stay golden, pony boy.
Right? I love when she walks in the bathroom and just uses the urinal.
Yeah, more funner. That's American lack. You should know that.
All right, I made fun of that earlier in the week on Twitter where I made up some extra titles. I may not have gotten the font correct, Rick.
No, you didn't. You used what looks to be Benguate, and that's not the correct font.
That is not the font I used, but okay. Good.
Was it called Frizz Quadrata?
I don't know. I used a font meme for making fonts, and I just picked one.
Thanks for asking. I appreciate.
What font is Star Wars? I've always been curious.
It's actually not a font. It was hand drawn.
It's its own font.
Joe Johnston did it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was not a font.
All right, and then we got some more Fantastic Four news because Natasha Lyonne from Poker Face and Russian Doll.
I still need to watch that.
Going to be
She's good. I like her.
The Fantastic Four is a secret character. So my two guesses were Medusa, maybe, or because they have that whole Silver Surfer thing going on with the Shala Ball, I'm thinking that she could also be Frankie Ray.
Is that another one of like a
she's another Herald of Galactus.
Herald,
yeah, she would be another Herald of Galactus. So I think that would sort of fit.
Now, would the robot's voice, do you think it'd be a female or a male voice? I don't remember from the original cartoon.
I think that the rumor is that that's going to be
a guy.
Yeah, there's a who?
A guy? That guy?
Yeah. There's another actor that's announced for the Fantastic Four, and I think he's going to be the robot.
I think she's going to be the Silver Surfer's wife.
So you think she's going to be Frankie Ray or what?
Is that I don't know the character's name, but the one that
I think her name's Mrs.
The reason why he becomes the Silver Surfer.
Is the Silver Surfer not a woman in this one?
No, they're going to have the Silver Surfer, and then they have the Shala Ball version as Silver Surfer, and then they're going to have
her
playing somebody else. So
I think whatever
the wife.
Jonathan
whatever characters they have, they will explain them to us if we don't know. Which is,
it's got a good cast though. Whatever kind of role. Yeah.
No, Sonny, I think like he's saying, isn't she now? See, that's just jumping on that bandwagon of they have to change everything. If you go back in the comic books, you had Frankie Ray, who was a Herald, and you had that Shala Ball, who was back in like even the 60s, who was like a Silver Surfer, right? She was another iteration. And then, so it's not retconning anything, it's just using characters that were already in existence.
I'm looking forward to it because I'm still positive it takes place in, retro kind of heritage time. So we'll see what happens.
But we haven't gotten too many period pieces in the MCU other than the first Captain America, and then maybe parts of the what do you call it? The WandaVision. I guess Captain
yeah,
Marvel
that
too in
whole
the
series,
90s.
maybe.
But yeah.
And which is funny because WandaVision really wasn't set back in time, right? It was imaginary,
Right.
like TV.
Yeah.
Was TV
And like
and-
old X-Men with old Wolverine footage, you know, him going through like world wars and civil wars. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that was
What
good.
What about that I didn't really watch too much of that X-Men 97, but wasn't there some time travel in that?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. They didn't
I
really
will
show the
watch
time
that. I've
travel, though,
only
did they?
heard good things from, you know, lots of friends.
It's really
I've
good.
watched every
Only heard good
episode.
things.
Gerard? Steve?
But I
Every-
expect
wow.
more animated
Hey,
Disney stuff,
here you
like
go.
whether it's Spider-Man or I expect a lot more if it's this popular.
Okay, let's
Oh,
see.
yeah.
Shia LaBeouf character was Silver Surfer for 3 months, and that story was also just a what if book. Okay, that's what Jonathan's saying.
So you guys haven't watched X-Men 97?
All right,
I
and then-
have.
I'm only
What'd
halfway
you
through.
think?
What did I think? I thought it was awesome. I grew up on
Yeah.
the X-Men 92 series. That was my favorite show as
Right.
a kid.
Same here.
So this was tops.
Right?
Yeah.
I do have a slide for X-Men, so we'll wait till we get there.
No, we want to talk about it now.
No, so the kingdom of so who saw the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
It's on my
I
list.
want to.
I only pulled this up, Dan, because we were talking about reboots. That was one of the name it questions, right? And
Yeah.
so apparently this Planet of the Apes series is supposed to be building up to that 1968 version where Heston traveled into the future from the past, right?
Yeah.
And you
'cause-
can see that the years, and I guess like in the Battle for the Planet of Apes, that one of the characters was named Nova,
right.
and she was a mute. So everybody
Yes.
thought, oh, that's going to be Nova, but there's no way she's going to live 3,000 years. So apparently in this movie, the way they fixed it was Caesar basically says all females are referred to as Nova.
Oh,
Thanks for
really?
spoiling
Yeah.
it, Vern.
Is that in the movie?
I don't know. I didn't see the movie. I just read this article, but it says right here, those from the order of Caesar or any other ape who had contact with those familiar with Caesar's teachings learned to refer to human girls as Nova.
Yes,
Wow.
and that's a very much a spoiler of this new movie because throughout the
Yeah.
trailers, they want you to think it's that Nova character who is. a
Yeah.
child.
So thanks a lot, Vern.
but
Thanks.
welcome.
it was a great movie. I really enjoyed this whole franchise.
I'm just
I've
teasing.
always
Yeah,
been a
it's
huge
too
fan of it.
it's too bad they're probably not going to be able to make a sequel because to this movie because it did so well in bootleg that they won't be able to afford to pay people to work on the next film.
You know
they're
what's
gonna-
funny?
They're going to have to go try to get a job at a grocery store that has self-checkout.
I got a call back to last week about Vern trying to bury me in a ditch before I was dead. 'Cause I watched the Sasquatch Sunset, that brilliant movie, very good movie. Highly recommend the Sunset Sasquatch movie. So I made a tweet about it the next day. I'm like, oh, I just watched the Sunset Sasquatch. It was a brilliant documentary. Kind of poking fun because it's not a documentary. The
Right.
very first person to like that tweet was the director of the movie, who I didn't support by buying a movie ticket. So awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
doesn't know. He doesn't know that you didn't buy
Oh,
it.
he for sure watched last week's episode, Vern.
No, he didn't.
Well, maybe, but you don't know he didn't.
But when the word gets out, because I'm posting a short video
but
as a trailer.
that's a great movie, guys. It's fun. It's a little weird. It's a lot. It's a lot weird.
All right,
But
take
it's
your
super
look at where your
fun
recommendation's coming from.
and realistic, and it's like a Bigfoot family, and it's actors that you know, and it's just hilarious, man. You gotta watch it.
All right.
It's
I
real.
probably
It's
won't be
documentary.
able to, but all right.
I think you can rent it on every streaming service.
All right. Yeah, no, I won't be spending money doing that. If it's free on Netflix.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
I
when
can't
it's
even
free.
say
I'll
that's
check
the
it out.
truth because Madam
Nothing's
Web
free
is
on
on
Netflix.
Netflix now, and
You
I'm
gotta
still
pay
not
$15
watching
a
it.
month.
I almost
for
watched
your-
it last night.
for your
Madam
free
Web.
Netflix.
Yeah, I've still not watched it, even though it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, Star Wars is so important to Disney Plus that they have confirmed staggering new data that this year in 2024, Star Wars content contributed to 15% of the overall viewership of Disney Plus, and that's with no new content.
Now I'm curious where articles like this come from, since none of this is public information.
Right.
No, Disney released it.
Yeah, but they're not obligated
even
to share.
allowed
They're not obligated to share accurate data.
Right.
For one, right?
So I mean, would they not tell us a lie?
Well, it's marketing, right? Like there's also I've seen a bunch of social media things saying, "Oh, episode 1 is the most watched thing on Disney
Listen,
Plus."
I've
ever."
seen that. Yeah,
There's no website to go and track the most. It's not a thing. Like there's no Nielsen ratings for pay-per-view
They do.
channels.
Nielsen does do ratings for streaming services, but it's all based on them sending out the questionnaires to people and people answering them and whether or not they answer them honestly.
Sure, but I mean, but there's not an accurate place that says, "Oh, 11 billion people watched the first episode of Ahsoka and 14 people watched the finale." Like, there's not they don't want those numbers out there because if they're bad, it doesn't help. But they're happy to spread any positive kind of reports. Don't you think that's how it would work?
15.8
Look, this article is this article is timed for Acolyte.
It's coincidence, eh?
Yeah, right.
You never know. Some of it might be true, like because, like I said, why would you want to promote a little bit of bad publicity or bad numbers? But if someone's reporting positive numbers, then that's going to get shared around a little bit by the more official trade mags, whether it's Hollywood Reporter or Variety. Like if they deem it to be a little bit respectful of a article,
so
chances are they'll work with it. They'll go with it.
Here's what I think about this this viewership thing too, right? May the 4th just pass. So people who have Disney Plus are more than likely Marvel and Star Wars fans. I would just say, right? Because that's two of their biggest content pieces. So because you had like a Star Wars anniversary, you probably had a whole bunch of people rewatching at least the original, the follow-up trilogy or whatever, right? Like the Phantom Menace and them. So of course the viewership of Star Wars related content was going to be greater in the last couple of months. I mean, what are you drinking over there, Dino?
I have my Star Wars blue milk.
There you go.
Milk of choice, milk for champions.
I did watch episode 1 again. It was a weekend, and I'm like, you know what? And it wasn't super fun and thrilling, but I did go back and watch Rogue One the same weekend, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I don't know why. I think it's the first time I've watched it since I've seen Andor.
Yeah.
And I just liked it more now. Like, I don't know what it was, but take that with a grain of salt. I thoroughly enjoyed Rogue One more than I did originally. And I always did like it, but it's better.
Rogue One is always worth a rewatch, though. Like
it is. It's a good movie.
Good movie.
Steve-O from Collecting Star Wars said something earlier, and Dan answered him. It was he said,
I answered also.
What movie nemesis is most likely to destroy humanity? AI, zombies, or evolved apes? So Dan said AI. Dino said zombies. Anybody else have like a guess? Because Rick says no AI. I think the answer is not listed.
I'm going to say zombie apes.
Okay.
Zombie.
What about AI you? What about you, Eric?
No AI.
AI.
Connor?
Rabid dogs. He's left that one out. That's the one we all need to fear. Rabid dogs.
I think it's going to be people trying to stop one of those three things.
That's actually yeah.
Did you
see
that
meteor? I like that one. That
meteor.
Yeah.
I think zombies would be more fun.
28 years later, a sequel to 28 days, 28 weeks later.
Hey, I have a question for Connor. Last week you were running off to see those northern lights because of those sunspots and stuff like that. Did you feel though somewhere in the back of your head that you should go find like a metal shed or something to stay in overnight?
The Comet. That's a good movie. Right? Is that the name of the movie?
I was out on the beach at 1 o'clock in the morning, exposed to the elements, so there was no protection. And unfortunately, I didn't get to see the Northern Lights.
Rick, you probably saw them, right?
I've seen them before, but I live in an area where there's lots of high rises and buildings and light pollution. But I did walk out to a park where I could see, wilderness and mountains, and I saw purple sky, but I didn't see the full the full light
Full
show
effect.
like a lot of people did.
Did Eric, Dino, did you post pictures
I did. Of what?
of the Northern Lights?
No, not me.
No. Dan, did you see them?
But I saw him. I didn't. No.
It's
Yeah.
hard to take pictures of. Like you gotta adjust. your
Especially
f-focus and
with your iPhone 1.
Oh,
iPhone
yeah.
1 is the best.
All right. Anyways, let's move on here. Hold on. So here's your X-Men 97 slide. And the exciting conclusion was to be continued.
Do you think that part 2 they'll call it X-Men 98?
I don't know. No,
Could be
probably.
in the same year.
I think it was a good conclusion. I thought it ended good. It kind of wrapped up that story.
Is the Hulk still alive?
You'll have to watch it.
He's not
I'm
an
not going to
X-Men.
ruin it for you, Rick.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
No, what did it
only one
continue
spoiler
to?
today is enough, I guess.
They can't handle any more spoilers, man.
I will
It was-
watch it. I appreciate
good.
the animation.
The one thing I didn't know about it was ahead of getting fired right before the show debuted, the like head writer showrunner did turn in scripts for season 2. So hopefully
Think
we'll
they-
get. I don't think he'll be involved in the production of it, from what I understand, but it's at least it's at least expected to be his vision for the second season. So that's.
Do you think
that's
he'll ever
promising.
get work again? Like I don't
Hope
know
so.
if
That
he's
guy-
canceled or just fired or just not rehired, like however you want to word it. But I wonder if him having to be told to exit this series, I don't know what words to use because I don't know if he was fired or, but I wonder if that's going to affect him now to get future work. Like he obviously was a big part of this series and why I think it might have been successful. Like if he's,
But why was he asked to leave?
I
Because
don't
he had
know
an
if
only,
that's,
I think he had an OnlyFans or something, and
it had something to do with him,
What?
his
Yeah.
sexuality and skin color. I really don't know, man. It's a weird thing. But
Well,
he must
with
have
the
wrote it,
success
right?
with the success of
he,
the X-Men 97,
he
I
should
think
be
he's going
getting
to have
work.
no problem getting another job because
Yeah. If
If
I
he
were
wrote-
if I were James Gunn at DC, I'd be like, oh, I
All
want
over.
you. Oh yeah.
yeah,
I mean, if he wasn't doing Kevin Spacey stuff, right? Then probably not going to have like a
well,
problem.
you know something, Kevin Spacey's, yeah, I don't know if he was doing.
No, I
anything
don't
bad.
think it had anything to do with that. I think he was, from what I understood, he was posting some risque pictures on his personal Twitter or whatever, and he had an
I think that's right,
OnlyFans, and he had an OnlyFans. Who cares, right? Like,
So
like
Disney was like, "Oh, that's not what we want for
Consistent
Disney
with our
family."
brand, right? Yeah,
Okay, even though you're making a cartoon that's geared towards an adult audience.
Yeah,
Exactly.
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Question about is there any cussing in this animation?
I think there's a
Like,
lot
does
of
Wolverine
death
drop
and
an
murder,
F-bomb
though.
ever?
No,
There's like
I-
I have to think about that. I don't think there was.
I
I don't think so.
Was there like an 18 plus thing at the beginning or no?
I only watched the last episode because people were like, "Oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting that."
Can
The-
kids watch it or is it rated, adult or something?
I think it definitely had some adult content.
Themes,
in
yeah.
it,
I think
but
it's actually rated X-Men.
Rated
Yeah.
X. Triple.
I enjoyed it. There was definitely better episodes than the finale.
One of the most memorable things I'll take away from this, and it's not like a big spoiler for the plot or anything, but there was a line that I think Cyclops said, where it's like, "What did you expect us to wear? Black leather?" Poking
Oh,
fun
really?
at the X-Men movie from
Yeah.
2000.
So I have a question though, because I didn't watch the whole thing. Can I ask you, Eric, since I know that you paid a lot of attention to the whole thing?
Yeah.
Cyclops was wearing my favorite uniform in that last episode, which is basically just the yellow shorts without the little strap and stuff like that.
Sure.
Why was he dressed in that version of the outfit?
Well, I think I think it was just they went to Muir Island and got like dressed up in the costumes that they had stored in that former base.
Oh, okay.
It's to make new toys.
Well, that's what I'm hoping for, because
Well,
the only way to get that
you would
version of X-Men.
You would expect that, but we haven't seen anything get released yet, right?
Yeah. But that Cyclops, the only time I've seen it is in that 2-pack with the Dark Phoenix.
Mm.
And that 2-pack is like $300. So there's no way to get that. I had to paint one to try to make that version, you know, because he had that, you know, with the hood and everything.
Yeah.
Because they lost all their costumes, right? At the mansion.
Oh, is that what happened? Okay.
Well,
Yeah, they went off to Mirror Island to get kitted up before.
I mean, because
they split up into the two groups.
Yeah, because they had just released that Jean Grey, the Marvel, whatever, the girl with the green dress.
Rogue?
So, yeah. No, not Rogue.
Marvel
They said
girl,
they weren't
Jean
releasing
Grey.
any new figures for 2 years for this show.
So I hope.
Did they say that?
I thought I saw something.
Yeah, they're not releasing any figures until like maybe next year. There's no announcements for Wave 3.
Well, to be fair, every character in this show has at least 18 action figures of them existing.
Yeah, but the
from
version of
Marvel and Toy Biz and Diamond and
well, the new
so hold on. If you look at this pic, the characters, like I have the Beast, right? The one that I want. I have the Jean Grey in the green. I have Storm in the black outfit with the long hair, right? I have the Wolverine with the yellow,
Is
and
this
I
bragging
have that
camp?
Rogue. I just don't have that Cyclops, man.
there you go.
I want this one in the like modern Wolverine
Yeah.
that they the brown.
And I saw like a trailer, like an official X-Men 97 trailer where they show like Wolverine like in his brown outfit. So that's something that happens, right?
So
Yeah.
Rogue is in her new outfit. It's all green, right? I think at the final episode.
Yeah,
she's
and
wearing-
she was wearing the different outfit, but
Well, that's what that's what she like. She wore that
I
in
think
the
so, Gilster.
Good show, Gilson.
early X-Men.
and
Yeah.
they released that figure. What, a couple
Yeah.
years ago?
They did.
well, she wore that in the '92 series before she interacted with Carol Danvers.
I read an article that said they were not allowed to, like the creators of the show were not allowed to go into the Deadpool world because of, upcoming Deadpool, content.
Yeah,
But
I
I
think
bet
bu-
you in the future, that's going to be not an open book, but they'll be invited to use some of these newer MCU characters that.
Well, they definitely showed like a ton of the Avengers in the episode.
All right.
But overall, I thought it was fantastic. One of the best series I've seen on Disney Plus. I only fell asleep on about seven of the 9 episodes. So that's pretty good for me.
Is that
Vern,
15.8%?
What was that movie where the guy had narcolepsy? Was it My Own Private Idaho or whatever? Were they driving across country? And
Oh, I don't know.
what was that?
I don't think I
It was
have
that
that.
movie,
but-
he gets in the car, falls asleep. No wonder it takes you like 8 hours to get home.
I have to stop on the side of the road to sleep.
I
Vern,
wonder
know-
if Deadpool will enter into the animated X-Men 97 dimension at any point in the movie.
then we'll see.
All right. What
I was just gonna say, I know you saw this tweet I sent last night, but I'm curious what everyone else has experienced with this. Since Disney Plus integrated Hulu content, it's so much harder to find if I wanted to watch X-Men or Bad Batch when that was on release day,
you got to go over.
you had to scroll over
Yeah.
tons of different tabs, right?
At the top of my Disney Plus, it has Star Wars, Marvel, whatever, and then there's a Hulu tab. So you can just scroll over to Star Wars, and then it
I know.
limits the stuff.
But
by
it used
Star
to,
Yeah.
at least on my TV, it used to plaster the new releases for the day, from Disney Plus first. Now I'm getting bombarded with all this Hulu content, some of which I watch, but a lot of it I don't. And I'm just curious if anyone else has run into that, because
I'm
thinking to myself, if they're worried about people not watching, like casual viewers not watching the show, they're not doing a good job of promoting their own content after integrating Hulu.
Well, the problem my problem with them integrating Hulu is there was no way to move my watch history over.
Yeah.
Even though it's the exact same login, right? Like because it's like all through my provider. So it's like one username password set up for ESPN, Hulu, and Disney Plus. And once they integrated them, it didn't go like pull down my user information and then throw in my watch history into the Disney Plus. So for me to like pull up, say, The Good Doctor, which I watch on Hulu, I have to remember which episode I was watching last.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's frustrating too. But
Yeah.
I think the bigger kind of issue I have is they're not doing themselves any favors, like promoting others.
I haven't seen any Disney Plus shows, only Disney Plus shows in that top header.
Right. That's
pictures.
You have to really scroll across.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Sorry, I'm late to the show, but I want to disqualify Vern from last week's homework.
Because
officially dispute it because positive Vern said it was a Star Wars HasLab.
Negative. Watch back the
positive
episode.
Vern showed me something that had a logo that was not Star Wars. So
okay, last week I mean, just because I also listen to the podcast to hear how much we talk over each other and stuff because of the comment of the week. And because I got to get those listener numbers up. No, I'm just kidding. I do listen to it. I do some stuff. Like I do listen to the episodes back, some of it, because I want to hear how. Like,
well, I think that's important. That's called a good creator. Somebody
like
that
if we're
that's how you learn. That's how you get better.
Yeah, if we
talk over each other all the time on every episode, nobody's going to come walk.
Like when you're showing the toy pictures, are we doing a good job of like kind of describing it for somebody who's listening to it on a podcast? I mean, it's not that big a deal because this is meant to be like a live viewed show so people see it. But last week sometime I started seeing some posts where I thought on June 5th they were going to announce a G.I. Joe HasLab. And the whole conversation that we had, Rick, was they're not going to announce a Star Wars one because on June 5th they're going to announce a G.I. Joe one and run it for 45 days. Do you remember this conversation now? And then they were going to announce the Star Wars one in Comic-Con. That was the conversation we had last week. And I said, so let's all create a G.I. Joe HasLab, what we think the G.I. Joe HasLab will be before June 5th.
I disavow.
How strong are those
G.I. Joe at all? What?
How strong are those rumors for G.I. Joe HasLab?
No, I realized during the week that that's the date they announced last year's G.I. Joe HasLab.
Oh, so people were jumping on the date.
Yeah, so I think people maybe have whoever I saw it in my feed probably just reposted last year's thing and
Dragonfly thing,
to try to but it just said G.I. Joe HasLab announcement June 5th. That's all it said, and then it made me think,
was that when it was announced last year?
It's like I got
a new one until they ship the old one, kind of thing.
Yeah,
they've done that before. They've announced another HasLab before they ship the other one.
Yeah.
I mean, within the same brand, like if the G.I. Joe helicopter hasn't shipped yet.
Yeah,
then they shouldn't be starting a new one.
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
They did the helicopter before the his tank ever arrived.
His tank ship.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what TVC collectors would be saying if some other brand got a HasLab before theirs got announced?
Would that be hilarious? I mean, all right. I think that's all I had for like the movie news, and stuff like that.
What did I see for movie news?
But I did get duped on Mcfarlane. I don't know if you guys saw. I posted a picture of a black canary, and then I got schooled on it because I was like, "Oh, that was actually not real." And when I saw the image, it said Mcfarlane above the image, so I was like, "Oh, Mcfarlane posted this," and I screenshotted it, whatever. And then when somebody was asking me, I went back and I unedited the photo so I can see the screen grab, and it was like #McFarlane.
Is that a DC character?
Yeah, the Black Canary.
Okay. I thought maybe she was a Marvel character.
Didn't you get the name
newsletter?
in question? Name all the Justice League of America.
Yeah, I'm sure I won
Didn't
that.
you name the
episode
Black
too,
Canary as one?
No, I didn't.
Do you know who the Black Canary is?
No.
Have you
Yeah, you
ever
did.
watched?
Is she related to the
Have
Batman?
you ever watched Arrow, the TV show? Have you ever
I
read a
watched
Green
the
Lantern
first-
comic
I watched
or
the
Green
first
Arrow
season
comic
of Arrow
or
because
Justice League?
it was filmed here. That's
Is that Kate?
the
Have
Arrowverse.
you ever looked at a comic book made by?
Yes, I love pictures.
I know the Black Canary, but I've heard of her, but I don't know who she is either. I don't know her origin.
She's like-
or
I know
anything.
She's
she's
like
an
the,
attractive actress playing
I-
her in the Arrowverse.
Here's how I would describe the Black Canary to just somebody I would say that knows a lot about Marvel. I would say it's DC's version of the Black Widow.
Okay.
She's like a martial arts whatever and works with.
But is that Kate from like the live action show? Does she become the Black Canary?
She
Or was that a whole different character?
Who's Kate?
Isn't that Kate? Isn't that the girl from
There was
I
There
think
was
you're
two
right.
of them.
I think that's the same person.
I think
Oh, hold on, wait. I'm thinking that's Marvel. Sorry, my bad.
wasn't Black Canary in the Birds of Prey movie too?
Yeah, and probably the TV because she was in that Arrow show. She was the
Yeah.
Oliver Queen's former girlfriend, whatever, before he went missing and whatever. She ends up being the police officer's daughter. She becomes the Black Canary in that show or whatever. But yeah, she traveled around with Oliver Queen. She kind of hung out with him.
There's a trailer floating around for a new animated Married to Children series, which looks to be pretty legit with
Wait, what?
Ed O'Neill and some other.
Yeah,
original
that looked pretty
voices.
good. I
So-
saw that picture.
So that'll be interesting if that's a legit thing because it looks.
Who's gonna do the voices though?
Well, it did have Ed O'Neill and TJ, whatever the son is.
Peg is Peg going to be in it?
She's in it, but it didn't sound like her voice. And I think because Christina Applegate's, quite sick, like I don't think she's in it. But you never know. Like
You're right.
I didn't see.
I don't think
this
she's
video
so-
from an official site, so it might be a fake video.
I don't think she's that sick that she can't do a voice for a show.
That's what I mean. That might be
Well-
right up her alley now if she's not able to be too mobile and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
A lot of our first crush was her, so we all want her to have the
Hope
best
she's
life
not
as
that
possible, man.
Yeah. Let's see. I have been not doing a good. Mr. B has come in.
Yeah.
Hey, Mr. B.
We already said hi to all of them.
G-Force. I saw.
of course not.
Did I miss somebody here?
I saw Gilster.
Gilster. Yeah.
Yeah, Gilster.
I know that you've been popping up their names, but I just haven't
Yeah.
mentioned them because it's hard to talk over you guys.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
hard to
No,
work
no,
with
hold on.
Kat and
Hold
run
on.
a show.
It's
I think
hard to
Dan
talk
does a
over
fantastic
you
job.
guys.
Use.
guys.
I
Use.
do like the.
Is he from
having
New England?
multiple people in the forum in the chat, in our little
Uh-huh.
screen right now. But people do have to understand when you have 4, 5, 6 people all having some
An
passionate
opinion?
content
Strong
or opinion about a certain
personalities.
topic that
Yeah.
we only have 2 hours. We got to get our
We got to get
4
our
minutes.
we got to get our words out.
But if it's just
And
one
our-
or two people,
and our
it's a lot
theories,
easier.
and our
So
musings.
hats off to Vern for corralling us like human animals we are.
What do you mean corralling you?
Well, you don't whip us, but
And then I'm bounding you with I'm trying to bind you guys with a format.
and homework.
All right.
Speaking
So
of
let's-
animals, did you see the message about the Moo Mesa?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody saw
The
those?
Nacelle company making the
Those would be cool.
Cowboys of Moo Mesa.
Have they shown actual photos of the prototypes or the figures themselves?
Yeah,
Yes,
they're
and packaged images as of yesterday, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen them. I don't own any vintage ones. Does anybody else? I know Lack
Lack's
does.
a fan.
I know Lack does, but does anybody else?
What
I don't even know what you're talking about. Yeah.
They were the 90s, right? Cowboys.
They're kind of
of Moo Mesa
like
figures?
cowboy version or
early 90s.
cows or bull versions of like Ninja Turtles, I would call them.
Yeah,
They're like
similar.
that Playmate style.
So they're fake Ninja Turtles.
Sure.
Okay, Rick, did you see my toy hunt video at Walmart?
I saw
most
it.
likely.
I gave you a little bit of a shout out where I showed the
The
one
Minions.
peg of Minions right next
Oh
to
no, I
the,
didn't see that one.
right
I'll
next
go
to
watch
the
it now. Vern.
47
Oh, I
pegs.
didn't see that either.
I'll
Right
go
next
watch
to
it
the
now.
47 pegs of Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make sure everybody knew that the Minions were the #1 brand in the world.
I'll go show you my Walmart right after this. Literally like an aisle,
Yeah.
half Ninja
It's
Turtles,
because they have a
half
fart
Minions.
gun.
Not at that Walmart. I
They
will.
didn't
I
have the
will
fart
admit
gun?
that Walmart is tiny. They have a really small like toy section.
We have the fart gun at our Walmart.
And in your room.
No. There's
You
no
know it's
farting
in
in this
there.
toy room,
No,
man.
And I don't know, but I'm assuming there's another Minions movie coming out because I'm seeing more merchandise come out like on like
there is
Funko
one due
Pop.
out, yeah.
There's like 20 new Funko Pops of Minions dressed as like Marvel characters, and
I don't
it
know
just
if
never
Minions
stops.
are a thing anymore. I know Garfield. They got a ton of Garfield merchandise
That's
out
because
right now.
there's a movie coming out,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna watch it.
I bet you will.
I
bet you
bet I
will, too.
We're
won't
gonna put
because-
money on this one. When it comes to streaming,
Uh-huh.
you
I
are definitely
will.
gonna
I
watch
will
it.
not let my grandson watch that in the house.
Uh-oh.
You're
So
gonna
they'll watch
set
it
it
on
up
the
on a
porch
movie
on
screen
the
out in the
iPad.
yard. That's why.
Nope.
For
All right,
all
anyways,
the neighbors to watch.
Here is the creator spotlight of the week. Let me just do this one right here, and I'll put.
I've been
his,
waiting for my spotlight to come out.
Yeah. Okay, keep waiting.
Season finale.
It's Dead Spider Toys over on
Oh,
Instagram. I know
wow.
he's got like 10,800 followers, but I thought some of the pictures were pretty cool, so I thought I'd pull it up. Dead Spider
Wow,
Toys.
look at those customs, huh?
Yeah, link is in the comments there. I think the use of effects and stuff like that are pretty cool on here.
Yeah, really good.
Torn mask
That's
Spider.
I would love to be able to do that.
I did like this one a lot.
Yeah.
I think that is a TV probably in the background. Like the way I would do that is the building would be laying on the ground in front of the TV, and then the Spider-Man would just be sitting there because
What's the building made out of? I wonder.
Yeah, that's a good question. You know what? It could be. No, I was thinking maybe it's just like
Looks like doors on a Billy bookcase, but it's
or
probably
solar
not that.
panels or
Like a cabinet door.
yeah,
Yeah,
oh,
some kind of cabinet.
Small curious,
Yeah.
small.
Very creative.
yeah.
It's going all the way down. We just
Anyways.
do it on the screen itself.
That is Dead Spider Toys, so go check them out on Instagram.
That's awesome. They're awesome.
Yeah, that's super cool.
All right. Dino's not going to get a creator spotlight of the week.
Just showing photos of my family and stuff. My son graduating. And,
Yeah, how was that?
well, they haven't had the graduation yet.
Oh,
Just
so you
yesterday was
prematurely
the
posted that
last day
picture,
of school.
assuming that he's actually going to be graduating.
Well, it was his last day of school yesterday. So,
Oh, so
Have you
he,
seen the report card?
yeah. Did you get
No,
the
he-
letter saying there is a diploma?
yeah,
See you
It
next
better be,
year,
man,
it
'cause
says.
because he goes to a private school, so I'm not
Mm.
paying for another year of private school.
So you told him you're done after this
You're
year.
done, whether you graduate or not. You're
One way.
done. But he'll
Now,
be
let me
going to
ask you-
college. So
I do want to ask a question about this because he's 18 now. He saw the post on Instagram, and so did all of his friends. So, was there any blowback on like those childhood photos?
no, never.
Did
I think he secretly likes it. I think he's like. It's funny too because when he went to his prom, right? I took some photos, and then almost instantly I'm posting them to Instagram. And he's like, "Dad, you're already putting them on Instagram." So he knows he knows what I'm all about. So
And guaranteed, if our parents could do that when we were graduating, like 5 years ago, because we're all 29,
yeah.
they would have done it, right? But there was no
Wait,
Instagram.
you graduated
or-
from high school when you were 24?
Yeah, sure.
It took so long.
He did
Oh,
say
wait.
see you next
You
year.
I
can edit
graduated
this
when I
you
turned
can edit
18.
this, right, Vernon, in post.
You were 18 when you graduated.
I was.
I was 18.
I was 17.
Well, that's because you were born in an odd month, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. 17.
Or you just so
So
sad.
you
Eric,
guys
you
were
were
born in the
17 also?
last half of the year.
Sorry, what?
You guys
You
were
were
born in the
17
last
also?
half of the year.
Yeah. My birthday's in June, so
Yeah, me too.
That's what happens. See, Connor, in the U.S., like the education system's kind of messed up. you're
Wait, you
required to
guys
go to
have
like
an education
preschool
system?
and kindergarten stuff like that, but they won't let you start kindergarten unless you're a certain age or close to that age. So these two guys who were born in June were close enough to get in, but it means that they couldn't even vote when they graduated high school.
Yeah.
Or drink.
Well, you can't drink here until you're 21.
Yeah.
Well,
So
legally, that is.
But you know what? You know what's funny though? In
you can drink anytime
1986,
you want.
in 1986, some states you could legally drink when you were 18.
Yeah. Vermont.
Ohio was one
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
But they started raising it, I think, a couple of years after that, or like that year was the year they started like, oh, then it was like 19 and then 20 and then 21.
I think in the 80s in Vermont you could drink at 18 if I'm not mistaken.
And do you guys live in states where you have the you can't drink on Sunday rule?
That's
We
not
just-
a
we
rule.
just-
You can't drink or you
Don't
can't buy
invent stuff.
alcohol. You can't buy
Indiana was
alcohol.
Indiana was one of the last ones where you couldn't buy
wow.
alcohol at the like grocery store or whatnot. Yeah.
We
Yeah.
just turned it 2 years ago, 3 going on. I think it was 3 years ago. And you can only purchase it from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Sunday.
I remember
Oh,
when
so
there was
you had to wait till
no
noon.
stores open on Sunday. Like nothing. You couldn't go to the mall on a Sunday. It was Sunday was the day the malls were closed and stuff was closed. But funny story about drinking age. When my mom was 19, the drinking age in Canada was 21 or in Ontario. And then when she turned 21, they moved it back down to 18 again.
Just out of spite. Just
They
out of spite.
waited.
So you know why the stores were closed on Sunday when you were a kid, though, Rick?
They always were.
Right?
It's just a
It's
thing.
because the guys who kept the horses when you got to town, their stables were closed on Sunday, so there was no way to.
And they had to round up all the courier beavers and get them fed for the week's work. But I remember
a few
Sundays
years
were
ago over here, we had a reclassification or something of drug laws, but someone messed up the date. So I think it was only about five or 6 years ago. But effectively, for 24 hours, no drugs were illegal in Ireland.
Wow.
that is currently the
That's like the
law in
purge.
Canada.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
exactly.
Purge.
And I'm not lying.
Well,
I
All
bet people were
We
purging.
all found out too late to run out and get something to benefit
Right.
from it. So it was short notice.
but they did just recently have to adjust the law in Canada to using all of these legal drugs in public, because you were allowed to do all these bad drugs in public like 3 months ago, and now they're like, wait a minute, it probably wasn't a good idea. So now they're making it like, no, you can't. If you're going to do all these really bad, harmful, illegal or legal
You got to
drugs,
go down that
You gotta
alley
do
and
'em at
turn the
home.
corner.
yeah, you go do them in the alley or at home, or it's we have messed up laws in Canada. I'm not gonna lie, man. Some stuff can be fixed.
This is
The
first
city.
negative
The
thing-
ci- I was just going to say that the city I live in basically shared a post on Facebook saying, "Oh, remember you can't have like gas-powered leaf blowers after April and before November."
Okay,
And it was like, what a weird ordinance to have. Like, yeah,
Well, in California, I'm not even sure you can still buy a gas powered unless you're a professional lawn care agency.
Mm.
I think
Really?
that the sales of them have gone away. I remember reading something. Luckily, I have my 2-stroke. I don't need another one. I got a Craftsman. It's going to last forever, and
it's guaranteed forever too.
right.
Yep.
So that is my plug for Sears. Hopefully, they won't go under.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wait, a little too late.
Sears. Oh my gosh! All right.
But someone did take over that brand name though. So
They
that-
did. I
it's
think
still
you can go
guaranteed.
to Lowe's and get Craftsman.
So I saw something on Twitter recently, so it must be true, that
Yeah.
the United States of America just classified all those bad drugs to like level
Schedule.
2 instead
No,
of schedule.
Biden came out and said he wants to reclassify marijuana to Schedule
They
3.
want to do it. It's not official yet.
Yeah. So Public Health posted last year in August that they felt that there were some medical benefits to that, and then suggested to the Department of Justice to reclassify it from Schedule 1 to Schedule 3, but the DOJ has not done it yet, and they're looking at reclassifying it now.
Interesting. They do this right before elections all the time. Weird.
No, it has nothing to do with it.
No, nothing.
No.
All right.
All
Let's
right.
move on.
Let's move on. No politics on this.
Toys.
All right. Here we go. And these are the
Nice.
hot or not section. This is where you can choose whether or not the toys that we're showing you are hot enough for your collection or freezing cold and will stay on the shelves until they get to Roswell. Everybody will be so excited to buy them all up for $5.99. So these are the toys that are being peddled to us this week. And we'll begin with the newest announcement from McFarlane Toys, because I don't think I had any McFarlanes in here except for this post. So get ready for it.
Black Canary.
No. McFarlane
UFC.
has signed a license with the what is it called? The Unified
Ultimate Fighting
Family
Ultimate Fighting Championship.
Okay, Ultimate Fighting Champions, to create a line of action figures that will be way better than Spin Master or whoever's previously making the UFC figures.
I don't know.
Oh, so there's no photos?
Hasbro
No.
did. Jazzwares did. Like,
Oh yeah, it was Jazzwares. So
I don't see these going over well.
You
No,
know,
I don't either.
I don't know.
like I said, I mean, I think
Starting lineup.
McFarlane only needs to sell like 100 figures to pay for their entire run. So with
I'm
the
sure he
amount of
made a
stuff that
sweet
they crank
deal,
out.
because I know his DC licensing deal is not what everyone thinks. Like, I don't think he pays any licensing deal to DC. I think they're just like, here, you are the master toy guy for our brand, so we'll give you a break on some fees, but just pump out a new Batman every 4 days.
Yeah, I think the UFC guys just said, "Hey, just hook us up with Batman and Superman figures, and you can make whatever you want."
Well,
Are the
this
wrestling
turn-
figures 7-inch or 6-inch? You know, all the wrestling figures.
The wrestling are weird, right? They're
It'll be
like
page punchers. Watch.
they're like 6.5 or something like that.
Yeah.
They're like
So maybe those guys will be into this line because they'll be 7-inch. They
I
might
think
fit
this
in
is the new.
I-
I think this is the new Movie Maniac line.
what?
Yeah,
Like
this is the
statues?
UFC is the new Movie Maniac line.
No, they haven't made these yet. They just came up with a licensing deal. There's no way he could crank out these
statues.
figures
No
so
articulation.
fast.
I guess I don't see the market for this, like, because I think the
UFC
market
is
for
big, though.
UFC would be 40-year-old and up dudes who probably don't play with toys. You know, they're like, they like their Affliction shirts, and you know
This is-
what? I don't
Hold
see
on.
it as a toy property, really. Like, I just don't.
This is
I agree with you, Rick. Yeah.
This is interesting to me though, because I know Valaverse was gonna do like the Gemini was supposed to be based on like a fighter. I thought she was UFC or something like that. But
One of those
something
pro fight
fell
shows.
through. So I wonder if it had to do with a greater license thing that was going on. I wonder if this is it. I think these UFC figures could be
A little bit, Jono.
pretty good, but I'm not interested in the if it's a 7-inch, right? Like if they were 6-inch and I can use them with the rest of my figures, they would blend in, they would look great. Can you imagine having like you could recreate the movie Roadhouse?
Well, aren't all Mattel WWE figures 7-inch?
They're bigger, yeah.
So
But I don't think they're 7. They're not
Jono
7.
makes a good point. Like,
They're that big.
there's a lot. Wrestling's still a huge property for toys or product in many
Yeah, but I
countries
don't know
around
if
the
it
world. So
falls in.
maybe
With,
there
Yeah,
is
that was my take
a
on it.
decent
But they're
market.
not 7 inches. I don't have my Sergeant Slaughter WWE up here wrestling figure, but he's not much bigger than like Roadblock. You know what I mean?
No, I think Mattel is a small 7 inches, where McFarlane's a big 7.
Yes, McFarlane's like full on went with like 110 or something like that scale, and
yeah, I agree, Mike.
the McTell what?
But really, like, you
Not
name
really the
name
same
off
audience.
a few of the the favorite UFC fighters, and I mean of all time.
Right.
You got a collection of 2 or 3 figures.
Oh, hold on. Connor's
really.
got something he's going to show us.
I have the Mr. T figure that G-Force.
I'm trying to make the big screen. Hold on.
That's Mattel's, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's not that much bigger.
So what are you talking about? He's towers over him.
No, it's the way he's holding them.
No,
Yeah,
I've got the level.
Because Mr. T is only like
No,
6'1" or 6'2" in real life.
Can you put them back to back? Yeah, there you go.
Tell you what, why don't we
That'd be
go-
a good
Put
fight.
them up
I
next
guess
to
it's
Roadblock.
Shipwreck's a little tiny guy.
There you,
we go- how about
Oh,
that?
there
yeah.
you go. See,
Oh.
not that much bigger.
It fit with your gung ho figures.
Yeah, he's just. All right.
Gary's hair.
Oh, and
Hey, Gary.
I told you, Vern, earlier
Hey,
that I
Gary.
had the director from the Sasquatch Sunset like my tweet.
Uh huh.
The Mother's Day, so a couple of days before on the Sunday, I tweeted out one of my favorite Mr. T videos of all time, and I Instagram storied it and I Facebook storied it. It's Mr. T singing that song, "Be Good to Your Mama."
Okay.
I played that, and 2 hours later, guess who liked my story?
I
The
did.
guy from
Mr. Frickin' T himself
What?
liked my story. So
Did he follow
very
you?
Special day.
Did he follow you?
No, but he liked my story at least.
All right, that's
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 cool.
He liked your story.
Enough.
pretty good story. All right. I don't know why this picture was in there. This is I guess it's the ultra detail figure
I know why.
for ET.
Well, I'm gonna get that so I can break it.
This is a new one then. This is not the one that Dino broke in his video.
This is not NECA. No, this is it says the brand on the other photos. Bandai or
There's
whatever.
no giant-
Oh, okay. So it'll be quality.
It's
be
not
new.
No.
it's like a statue, but it's about 5 inches tall, so it should be like 3.75 inch scale. I thought it looked pretty
Okay,
good.
so ET sitting in a basket, a milk crate. This kid's if nobody knew why the feds were chasing after him, it had nothing to do with ET being an alien. It was because he was misusing the
Federal
milk
property.
crate. The milk crate.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's a federal offense. It's stamped right on the side of the milk crates.
I only shared
know,
this
I'd have
because
to
I
see
thought
this
Dino
in-
would like it.
I think I would get this. Yeah. If it was cheap enough, if it was under $20, I'll pick it up.
Yeah,
I
if
think
this
it was 1998.
What scale did you say?
The measurement said it was 5 inches tall by 3 inches wide by 4.5 inches. Like it had weird dimensions, but it's not a posable figure. It's just like a statue.
Okay. Yep.
But it's made
Posable
of
figure.
plastic.
I found it. $37,959.
Yeah,
$37.
they can
Yeah,
keep
No.
there's no way it was $20 if it's Bandai.
It was when I shared it.
I think it was 20,000 yen. You just
I have the original from 1982.
all right, and then we got these Transformers, little tiny.
No,
They're small, right?
Yeah, these I don't get because I bought these both, or at least the Bumblebee, the yellow one, in Walmart for like $10 like 5 years ago on a retro card.
Uh-huh.
So now they're re-releasing it like in a box for like $60. Like I don't understand
are they
the
bigger?
price difference. No, it's the exact same toy. Like, so I don't get this.
They
Inflation.
can't be charging $60 for those two. Please tell me that's
true.
Well, I think it's a two.
Well, that might be Canada. Canada prices. Over here in the States, it's only 20.
They're 200 euros on Pulse.
They were way too expensive.
Probably.
Sorry, Connor.
All right, so who's well? There's some people that want these. Like Connor's definitely in for these, right?
No,
Is it
I
a
think
straight-
it's a great callback to the vintage remember the little vehicles you used to get when none of your Transformers scaled at all.
Yeah.
So it's a good callback to that. But
I
60
feel like this should be in a cereal box.
Is that the one, Rick?
Yeah, this is the Walmart exclusive from,
Oh no, it's too big
Three-
for a cereal box.
3, 4, 5 years ago. And it's
Oh,
the
wow.
exact same toy.
I only
having
have-
it as a
I only
kid.
have one question. Why have I never seen a video of that spinning around with a razor knife?
I know, right?
Yeah.
Don't
I don't
open
know,
it.
it's
Don't open it.
cool.
Let it breathe.
It's cool.
Let it
I have one
breathe,
open.
let it breathe.
I do have one open.
You
somewhere.
just violated the let it breathe rule. Your
Mhm.
own rule, by the way. All right. And welcome to Camp Crystal.
Yes.
Part of the
I am so excited for this. I ordered it as soon as I found out. I ordered this box set, man.
let's see
am
how
so
many
excited.
knots we get for this. Nah,
I think these are fantastic. little
No, see,
diorama pieces.
it's not the figure. It's just the Camp Crystal Lake sign and a few other accessories.
So
that
what
come
I
with
want to
it.
know is like, why do they keep the plungers outside with the Camp Crystal sign?
Vern, those are vintage lights.
Those are lights, man. Haven't you ever been camping at? And where was Camp Crystal Lake? It was New England, right?
It was near Metropolis, I think.
Yeah, look at that. It comes with that little dock and that like underwater display.
Does
I
it
think
come
that
with all the
water's
other
great.
rocks and the water?
Brilliant. It
No,
comes with
just
free water.
the base where he's hanging.
So I have a
on.
question. Do you have who has an aquarium in their house?
Yes. How cool would that look?
And would you put it in there?
I don't know
Yes.
if I would, but it would look
The
great.
correct answer is yes.
Check the paint first before you kill all their fish.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I am so excited. I actually started purchasing more NECA figures of Friday the 13th just so I could expand my
Dino
Horror
was so
collection.
excited when he saw these pictures pop up on the internet that he broke one of his NECA figures.
This is cool though because the Camp
Yeah.
Crystal Lake has two signs, right? It comes with the
Yeah,
second
look at that.
sign, the closed, and then I do like that rock with like the chain thing. It looks
This
kind of
is-
neat because you could put really anybody on there if you wanted
Yeah.
to sort of do stop motion movie where some dude's sitting at the bottom trying to get out, and then the little dark dog. I mean, it's going to make for some pretty cool pictures because you're going to be able to recreate your own picture of Jason, right?
Well, yeah, this was released a
Standing on
while
a
back.
dock or sitting at the bottom of a lake or standing next to the Camp Crystal sign. I mean,
This
so
came
you'll
out
be
about
able-
5 years ago.
Yeah, you'll
Oh,
be
the
able to
same
take
stuff did,
these
eh?
pictures yourself.
I don't understand why every single toy company on the planet does not even consider making things like this. Like, they're good price point items, whether you sell it for the same price as a figure or not.
How much is this?
It's all stuff that can be
I think
at
this was
retail,
$40
so
I
they can
wanna
be
say.
totally mass produced. And everyone who buys
Might have been 35.
their collectible toys, like Dino's a big horror and NECA fan.
Oh,
Right.
So guaranteed Dino is a person who would want to buy products like this.
I was so excited about this. I rearranged my horror section and I'm going to do a video and show you all the amazing horror toys that I have.
Dan, you too. You're a horror fan too, right? Like this is up your alley.
Oh yeah. Yep. 34.99 isn't
Yeah.
bad, I think. You know,
Yeah,
I
that's
think they could
why
have dropped it.
Hasbro
Oh.
produced a little set with sandbags and a brick wall for some GI Joes, or a little
It
a little
doesn't.
sand diorama with some Star Wars, or a little wall here and there. Like
And
it's
this
just
was
makes
last
no
week's
sense.
this was last week's reveal. This week's, did you see well, not this week's, it was actually 2 weeks ago this was released. This was shown for pre-order. And then last week was the Freddy set. Do you have the pictures for that?
I don't know. You know, you weren't here last week, but we don't talk about the stuff that we haven't shown yet.
So
Wait
so
till the next slide, Dino.
there it is, right there. So I ordered that. So unfortunately, now I got to pay shipping costs twice.
Oh no way, because they announced it a week apart.
Yeah, but so it's two different things. You have to pre-order the furnace is one,
Yes,
and I think the furnace was like $40, and then the other set with Freddy the TV is $60.
So you got to. So
Oh.
you're getting two separate Freddys then.
No, the Freddy coming out of the TV and the snake. Yeah,
Oh no, what I'm saying is so this was two separate sets.
yes.
yeah, but it doesn't. Yeah, two different. This is two
It doesn't
separate
include
purchases.
Freddy. It doesn't include Freddy.
It doesn't include a Freddy, no. So chances are most people have already collected and purchased a Freddy. I just picked up Dream Warrior Freddy today.
Well, what if I have never gotten one? How am I supposed to
collectibles?
get
I
a
picked
Freddy?
that up.
But if I don't have one and I'm like, oh, these are cool, I love to get them, but then I can't find Freddy, then what's the point?
You can find Freddy at Targets.
You think so?
I think they-
I've been to Target.
He's one of those green line characters
Yeah.
for NECA. I think they'll keep making characters like that.
Yeah, Freddy is you'll find, if he's not in the store today, you'll find him in like a month. But that furnace can go with anything. You can
Yeah,
put
but I
that with
can't
G.I.
order
Joe.
this until I find that one. That's my problem.
But anyways, this whole month is because we're in June, so I guess
This
May,
is May.
halfway to October. So every week or every Friday is a new release, and
Okay.
the latest one is Elvira.
So
So,
paper shipping every week,
but
like
you know it's not June, right?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I said May. Well, so we're halfway to October.
All right.
I
So you
like
got,
the street signs, and I got a quick story about these street signs. Where I live, Port Moody, we have an Elm Street. You know, it's kind of in a little bit of a more of a rural area. And when I was in high school, 11, 12, 15 times that sign was stolen. So what the city eventually did is they just kept making the post taller. So eventually, and I think still to this day,
Really,
this
yeah.
signpost is like 30 feet tall. And you can't even read the sign unless you go 10 times zoom on your phone. It's hilarious, man, because
why isn't
well,
that a
it's
short
tall
video
as it
on your
is, 10
channel?
feet, but you can get on the hood of your 1976 Chevette and you could take those signs down pretty easily. But
See, Rick, you want to talk about getting views and stuff like that? It's things like that people want to see.
I wish we had video cameras in 1988 when I knew people did stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you can tell a history lesson of that. Did you see
Yeah.
that short I did on the
How
Top
to
Gun?
not go to jail.
Don't
So
climb up
this
there and
week-
take the sign.
Oh,
Jesus.
So yesterday they revealed a pre-order for Elvira in the Pride outfit.
I saw that. Yeah.
A little
All right. So I guess there was some Sesame Street figures that came out.
This is
Come
cool.
on.
I'll get Oscar.
This
If
has
I
got to
find
be the
Oscar, I'll
coolest,
get Oscar.
the coolest reveal this week, like in my opinion. Like we got Lefty the salesman and Guy Smiley, for crying out loud. Like
That is cool,
two
man.
characters I never thought would ever be an action figure.
I don't
form.
remember Lefty.
But Lefty's got the coolest name.
Didn't
Yeah,
he
that's
sell
cool.
watches out of his
Cool, man.
jacket?
Yeah.
So now I need to
Remind
go
her.
and get the first 4 or 5 they made.
Yeah, so I picked up the count a couple of I think a week or two ago. And I
And they
went
got
back
the-
the following day to get the rest and they were all gone.
I
Because
know they got the Yip Yips.
the Yip Yips on eBay, they sell for $60 to $100.
Block eBay, all you guys. Block eBay.
Well,
from your
either way,
computers.
I'm just
Don't
saying that's
shop
what
on
people
eBay.
people are actually purchasing on eBay that price. They
Yeah,
are
but you can
spending.
buy them on Amazon for $20. So
You
why would you
can't
even
get that set on Amazon. Go look right now. It's not. You can't get it.
Well, because of yesterday, I added these 4 figures to my Amazon store. The Yip Yip and Ernie and Bert were all available. Yes,
No.
Yeah,
Prove it.
He's talking about Canada.
Oh,
No, I did both the US and Amazon Canada.
I'm gonna look right now.
Yeah, look.
All right.
'cause
And then apparently this is the Hot Wheels Transformers. That's what? How much is this? $779.95.
It's
Nice.
$89 Canadian or something. Yeah. This is very cool, but I just don't see
I can't see spending
How,
that much on a little car.
normally a $5, Hot Wheel American is
Mod
now-
Extra says
it's
not at
$60?
Super 7 prices. Lax never seen them in store. Jonathan says that Oscar does look good because Seek secretly does have a Super 7 collection that he doesn't want anybody to know about.
And Oscar opens and closes too. There's
Oh, does he?
like the
Okay,
girl-
right here, Rick. Yip Yip Martian Sesame Street reaction figures on Amazon. Only one left. $45 with $4.74 shipping. So yeah,
That's still a quarter of the price of what you just said you saw on eBay.
Well, this is
hold on, wait. Who taught you math?
right, Rick.
47 is not a quarter of 76.
Oh, I thought he said 200.
No, I said $60 and higher.
Just email Super 7.
All right.
They
He
find
was
stuff in their warehouse.
converting for Canada.
Just run down to the Super 7 store and pick them up.
Is there a Super 7 actual store?
Yeah, there's
I
one
think
in
there's one
San
in San
Diego.
Francisco. or
Isn't there
something.
one in every town?
I think there's
No.
one in San Francisco, and San Francisco, San Diego.
All right, and then
City?
who makes these? Fresh Monkey Fiction?
Oh yeah.
That High Toys.
No, I think
Big-
this is
The
Fresh
ones that
Monkey.
the Santa Claus.
Yes, I think that's right, Connor.
Fresh Monkey.
I
Fresh
think so.
Monkey, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, there's other monsters, but this is the only one they've kind of shown so far, I believe.
But the other ones are on pre-order well over a year now. The first wave still haven't come out, so
Oh, that's right. Okay, now I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, long
'Cause there's
time
like
waiting.
a Bigfoot looking guy.
I think actually Mod Extra there, Chris has a couple of Wave 1 pre-ordered from Big Bad Toy Store, so I know he's going to pick up a few of these. So I'm still on the fence.
It looks cool. I'm glad there's these smaller, toy producers going after things that don't really need a license, so
I think Monster
it
Force
helps them a
was a
little
figure
bit
line in the
profit.
80s.
What Megatron? Oh, okay.
Wasn't Monster Force a toy line back in the 80s and 90s?
I don't know.
It might
Yeah,
have
I
been, but
think-
there's
I
no
think so.
copyright or trademark logos on that, so it's
Tomorrow in San Diego area, there's a Southern California Joe show. It's a smaller one, and they do it every year. But Fresh Monkey Fiction is supposed to be there.
okay.
If I can make it, I'm going to try to talk to them.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Get some pictures of their prototypes and stuff if they bring them along.
We'll see. It's
That's
a
all I've seen is photos.
Yeah,
from
right
the
here.
toy.
red box.
Monster Force. So Monster Force was a
Okay.
toy line.
And I was a monster once.
Yeah, you're not on a computer, huh?
I am.
So you can't actually pull it up on your computer and share your screen.
I could.
Okay, just and then this is Spin Master making the Dungeons and Dragons. No, what is this from? Some sort of a PlayStation game.
Yeah. Horizon.
And everybody's gonna run out and get it because it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces.
That's cool to see face
I mean-
replacements instead of a whole head, I guess.
Well, they did that
Or
with that
figure.
couple of
Accessories
Yeah,
are
it's
good.
really
on this.
great.
Look at the paint taps on those accessories. Like that's. I don't think this is too dear either.
Pretty cool. It's got
Yeah.
a little Aboriginal kind of vibe,
Chris.
a little Viking kind of vibe. You said it's a video game I've never heard of?
based on a game. Yeah, it looks really cool just because it's so vibrant and everything. I just wonder what the articulation and stuff will be like from Spin Master. Has anybody ever picked up a Spin Master figure?
Not like that.
Negative.
I don't think I have anything, but I think from what I've seen and some toy reviews, people are liking the quality. Like, what I don't know if they made UFC figures, but they made some figure recently that they don't anymore. I can't think of the license now.
I know that wasn't Spin Master one of the ones that made that Batwing or whatever.
Yes, those cheaper Flash movies.
So
Yeah, so they got
Oh, that's right. They did the Batman, the car.
they got
the
like
figure,
3
the
3/4 kind of scale in the DC, category, and I think they got into those, 12-inch kind of cheapy, like Hasbro kind of does those, bathtub looking toys. There you go, Dino.
So this,
Yeah, I know, like the Monster Force, I can see that being a trademark thing, but I mean, a generic vampire and a generic wolf creature, like you can kind of get away with that kind of stuff.
so this kind of looks like the vampire, the Dracula that they
Yeah.
re-released. They
well, it makes me wonder if they bought the license for it.
Maybe because companies like Nacelle are buying them all up, or getting all these odd licenses.
Operation Monster Force. So there.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Lord.
okay. So they changed the name. Sneaky. It's like Action Force 1.
Those.
yeah. I didn't think there was any trademarks for this line.
All right.
I don't know if you caught it, Vern, but this morning, your other favorite company uploaded a couple of new Egyptian kind of based figures.
No,
they
I
look
got
Pretty
I got
rad.
the email, but who cares?
Well, clearly not fair.
They look cool.
Okay.
Figure obscura.
Did you find some pictures you want to show or?
Yeah. I uploaded them to that folder you made.
Oh, I made this thing
Only
yesterday,
to
so
me.
I always put the presentation together. Maybe they'll make it into next week's.
Jeez.
But you know what? Honestly, in all honesty, they were for sale for quite a while this morning because they went up at 6 a.m. here, and by 7:30 they were still available, or $120 for the 2 figures. So that's like $60 a figure.
Yeah, they're pretty smart at not selling out stuff they haven't produced yet.
Yeah,
They're-
and then they
like
haven't.
to earn income.
Then they have another drop that's supposed to be later today, whatever, sometime, and
I believe that's right.
it'll
Yeah.
still be $120 for 2 figures. That's just a little pricey.
Chug it, Dino. Chug it.
All right,
Back in 1 sec.
all right. And then I see that Mondo is making those vinyl toys, and it looks like they're going to be doing some Ninja Turtles ones because this was a tease of what was to come for Ninja Turtles.
Now, what does everyone think? More or less than $400?
I think it's going to be less based on their other soft vinyl figures that they did. But
Soft vinyl. Okay,
but it'll,
okay.
yeah, but
So
it'll still be. I think it's that soft vinyl, and they're going to be a little bit bigger, but they're still expensive, right?
Yeah,
and then-
'cause they don't make as much, right?
Yeah.
Lower quantities.
And then the last thing, I think this might be the last one. I don't know about a black and white version of the boss fight or whatever Hacks figure, since they haven't even finished the producing the other one yet. So I think that this would have been really cool, like maybe 6 months from now, after you already have the other one in your hand, to say like, oh yeah.
Or, since it's probably just a paint variant, like the only thing different, I think, I'm not looking at the other picture to compare to you, but I'm guessing the only difference is paint.
That's what it looks like.
They probably should have made it available at the same time, so people like Dino aren't paying shipping twice, and
Right.
so it's weird that it's such a delayed release.
for
but
rubbing
it's
it
not
in,
that
Rick.
Delayed.
Thanks.
It's just what 3 weeks ago we talked about the first one.
Yeah. No,
But I do
the
like
other
things
one,
that are black, white, and red all over. That's one of my favorite color schemes.
yeah, it looks cool, but to me, I'm kind of like, I think, later, like after you already got the other one, or like you said, like at the same time. And then I guess this one too, SH Figure Arts, Monster Arts, Scar King. Anybody interested in the? If Sean Solo was here, he'd probably I already ordered those or whatever.
Yeah, Sean's big into them.
They look very toy.
They look cool, but not for me.
They make great looking clone troopers and armor creatures like Mandos. But when it comes to humans and things with fur, I just like they look too toy like to me. So,
all right. What about this arm thing? I haven't seen the new Godzilla movie, but why is he wearing why does he have that thing on his arm? Is that so we can play Nintendo games?
The Nintendo glove from
Power glove.
Yeah. All right.
I have not seen this
They're
movie.
way better than Black Series. Way better.
All right. And no, Lack, I didn't even know what this Moo Mesa
Black, white,
thing
red,
is.
that's right.
And then Red Sonja I did not know about this Red, White, Red is by Dynamic Comics. This must be like a newer thing. I don't know how old that comic line would have been.
90s, I'm guessing.
And I'm not. These monster arts are going to be expensive, by the way.
Yeah, because they are import things. They're not
Imports.
meant to be at retail in North America. So, I mean, more money.
Is this the Moo thing?
Here they
Yeah,
are.
that's Moo
All right.
Mesa. That's all I could find right now.
All right.
Short notice.
Pretty
No.
cool. I
Yeah.
don't see them making.
What's
tens
the
of
scale? Are
thousands
these
of
3.75 or 6 inch?
Hold on a second.
I think 6 or
I
7.
think they're bigger. Aren't
Super
they?
7 size.
7-inch.
Yeah, looking at the joint there, the torso joint. they
Oh,
would be-
okay.
It-
So go
it
back
says,
up.
7-inch, 21 points of articulation.
Oh, these are cool then, because I think these could sort of fit in with Brave Star.
Okay, here we go.
I
Are you-
guess.
Can you see when I'm scrolling? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Click
So look
on
at it.
one of
Comes with
those.
a bunch of stuff
pictures.
too. Pretty cool.
Oh, yeah,
Lots of
okay, there you
accessories, Zach says.
I'm dizzy.
Was this a TV show or something? I never heard of this line.
Yeah, it was a
I think
cartoon
we
back in
have
the
a
day.
couple of cartoons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did
When
you
was this
notice?
on?
Hold on. Wait. Dino, while you were scrolling, you stopped and went back up to the advertisements.
Look at that
I
abs.
think you were checking out those ads.
He's making sure it wasn't his copyrighted photo.
I thought somebody stole my photo.
It happens to me all the time, you know.
So look at the packaging.
Yeah, it looks like
Nice.
digital render. The figure doesn't even look like it's inside of the package.
Yeah, but if that's going to be clear, that'll be pretty cool. It looks like she comes with a Stein glass too.
What is that? What is that rifle? Is that like a horn? It shoots like horn sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a
Fort
fart
Lauderdale
gun.
rooms.
Is it a fart gun?
I do
So
like the
that's
double pistols.
So 3 new figures
Okay, go up and stop on the previous figure.
right here.
Yeah, keep going. All right. The bull. Yeah, that guy. I want to see the bull. Not that
Calamity.
Calamity Bull. Look at all those accessories. Look at the beer. Root
Yeah.
beer.
Look at you get like smoke coming out of the gun.
What would he have?
This
Two
was out in 92, 93. I don't remember it.
2 tails?
I don't
Yeah.
remember the cartoon either, but I learned about it from Lack.
All right.
Yeah,
Can we see
one-
the
one
accessories on
known-
the top one?
The top one, yeah. Hold on.
The colors are great. Beer. Oh, and a harmonica.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's
Yeah,
pretty
these
fun.
are actually kind of could be fun.
Yeah. So does it come? It comes with 2 head sculpts. So
Can we?
They should have hooves for hands, shouldn't they?
Yeah. No, that he probably got hooves on his feet. Let's look at the accessories on the lady one.
okay.
Yeah, that's. I mean, $34.99, and they're that big. It's not bad.
They don't really show the.
What's she comes
video.
with a wagon wheel?
I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Is this like an accessory that it comes with?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I was 6. I was
Yeah,
watching
looks like it.
cartoons.
It was only on one, like a 1
Oh,
month.
there's a Big Bad Toy
Oh,
Store
Mary.
link. Yeah, click the X. Click the Big Bad Toy Store link. No, up, right there, right there.
Oh, sorry. Hold on a second.
Big Bad Toy Store link.
Go back to the abs.
Just never click on a big bad toy store.
Oh, yep. You click the link, and now you're in limbo.
But I think the nacelle company, I think he's smart in a way where he's making money in another way, like off his TV shows and stuff that he's selling to all the streaming networks, that maybe he's going to take not a loss, but maybe not make as much money off these toys as like a Super 7 would. So maybe that's what he's doing.
What kind- So Lack is saying they're $36 sign figure, but what type of money is he suggesting?
That's
By putting
French.
the dollar sign after the number.
It's Alaskan.
Oh,
So she does come with
Alaska.
the wagon gun. Or what? She does come with us. You can see it in the
Yeah.
packaging.
You can see in the
well, click on the link. Go up and click on the company's link.
Which one?
Nacelle,
EEL?
nacelle.
That's
Nacelle.
Entertainment Earth. There, that one. Oh, I
So
wouldn't
it's one of
order
those
from them
fake
at this point.
websites.
Okay, go back and then click on the Entertainment Earth link. Oh, you
don't-
see? I don't
I
think
don't
it's
think
not-
hard to
it's
do
not
web
real.
I think that means you can't buy them right now.
I think it's not real.
I'm looking. They're on the Big Bad Toy Store has them on pre-order. It says estimated to arrive second quarter 2025.
You've been doing shopping on Temu?
That
year
never
away,
stops.
wow.
But I want that shirt with the winking eye. I gotta get that.
Oh, that's a shirt with those abs, Dino.
Is that what it is?
It is.
Why people
Susan
don't normally
said
have
that.
abs like that?
I saw the sleeves. And I'm like,
that's
oh
expensive
man.
way to get them, Chris. To buy all 3.
Black was looking at them too.
All right, that's it.
All right. So I got one more thing to do. I'm going to put this up there. This is the normally we would do the name it segment. I didn't do a name it this week. I didn't know that like Dino would have been here. I would have created one for him and Connor to go against each other. But I thought this could be something interesting that everybody could participate in. So this segment's called Razzle Dazzle.
I pick Razzle.
All right. Now, well, razzle dazzle. So that the point will be to dazzle us with one thing you think we don't know. Who wants to go first?
Is it a topic or a toy?
Anything that you think we don't know that you some sort of some sort of secret knowledge that you have that you think nobody else has. This would work better prior to the internet, you know, like
I have one. I have a toy that I bet nobody in here knows about.
Okay, well you can go first then.
Well, let me go get the toy. I have to get the toy.
All right.
And circus music, cue the circus
I
music.
don't remember, Chris. I think it was the Biker Boys from Mars. If you had to buy all three, it'd be very expensive. Is that what you were talking about? You only had the option to buy all three.
Oh,
Right.
for the biker mice?
You see, I'm past 45 now, so I have no recall. Apologies.
Yeah, the biker mice are out now. I've seen a couple of reviews up.
I was
had a
thinking
lot of
about
the
that.
original toys
I
of
was thinking
those.
about that razzle dazzle because I was thinking about did you guys see my short video that I did on the Top Gun VHS? I did a video where like I basically said because here's what I was remembering. I was remembering that like when I got Excalibur on VHS, it was like $99 or something back then, and it was like on sale, but you could go to the video store and buy previously viewed movies for like 10, 12 bucks. And then when Top Gun came out, it was, I think, $24.99 or something like that. And the only reason it was cheap was because they ran that Pepsi commercial at the beginning of the tape. Like if you ever bought the VHS and put it in, it played a Pepsi commercial. And that Pepsi commercial and that deal that they had to do that Top Gun basically allowed the movie company to sell that VHS at 25 bucks or 20 bucks or whatever it was. And that was like kind of a model to make home movies more affordable.
Okay. So VHS were $100 when they came out first.
Yeah, like I remember VHSs were they were expensive. And then it was after that they started doing that movie club and stuff like that, where you can do get 5 movies for
Columbia
79
House, right?
cents. Yeah, but then you still had to
that.
buy 10 more movies at the regular price, which were like 50, 60 bucks.
I did that with ColecoVision.
I never saw the one for ColecoVision.
Yeah,
I remember
you get like five games or whatever for a cheap price, but you have to buy like 10 within a year.
my
at full
friend
price.
did that the tapes and then
Yeah.
had his parents write them a letter saying, how could you sign my kid up for this thing?
Really?
He's a kid. Yeah.
What was was it Columbia House?
Columbia did that. Yeah, we used to, even over here the magazines, the little flyer would fall out of a magazine where 10 tapes for £1.
But
Oh, yeah.
but that Pepsi commercial with Top Gun dropped the price of VHS, and then I think they started doing a similar model after that where you could actually pick up for movies brand new. And now, you go out and buy a movie, it's like 25 bucks. So, I mean, the price of home movies has not gone up since then.
I like that. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I have one.
And nobody knew it.
Go ahead.
We're
Dean.
dazzled. We're dazzled.
Okay, let's because this is toy related.
Okay, does anybody know who this figure is?
It's the figure that you passed the ad for when you were scrolling.
It's hold on.
The Dino figure.
No, how it would help to know. Hold on, it would help to know how tall he is.
He is GI Georgia.
It's not 12 inches, right?
No,
It's like
he's
it's
got to
like
be
a
what,
10.
8 inches.
So okay, I do. Oh, hold on, I do know. Hold on, I do know. I think I know. Because I did. Is that the same line where there's like a Captain Peg leg and stuff like that?
No,
it's not Amigo. It's
no.
What? $300?
on something. Where's my phone?
Does anybody know this figure?
GeForce. That's what cost your parents all that money.
So this was an interesting toy line. So this came out in the 80s. This was, I'd say, 86 maybe. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely in the 80s. Now, I'd like to introduce you all to Max. This is Max, right? Max works for a movie. He does special effects. So this is FX Max.
Key grip,
Right.
Max.
So FX
No.
Max, he is a superhero.
Isn't that a
whenever
Fighting
he
Furies?
Whenever he puts on the costume of his special effects, he takes on that character's role as a superhero. So this is Max, the superhero. They only made one figure, but this was supposed to be a full line. They had like a vampire, a werewolf,
Oh, so it's like
alien.
Captain Action.
So this is the first and last Captain. Now you got me saying Captain, but it's Max, and this was FX Max, and he transforms into our
So this is a ripoff of Captain Action.
favorite.
Freddy.
He turns into Freddy Krueger.
By putting on the neck of Freddy Krueger stuff.
So by putting on the Freddy face that clips in two pieces.
So this is definitely from the 90s.
No, this is 80s, dude.
It's a cosplay and action figure.
And this is because he works for special effects. And so now he takes on, you put on his shirt, you put on his hand.
That's pretty cool.
And glove. But yeah, check out, there's actually a video out there. If you check it out, they show you all the prototypes. They do an interview with the creator. And this was made by I want to say it made by I think it was Tonka.
Matchbox?
I'd have to double check who made it. But it was the Talking Freddy came out and a few other Freddy Krueger. So they went with the Freddy Krueger aspect of it instead of doing like all the monsters. But as far as the FX Freddy, this is the first and last.
That's
epic. Who made that figure?
I want to say,
I think you're right. It's either Tonka or Matchbox, I think.
It was Matchbox. That's what it was. Thank you, Rick. Matchbox made it. So Matchbox made this figure. He looks pretty good. Freddy looks pretty good without a shirt on, right?
Works out, man.
That is pretty cool. I like it.
Could be all melted though.
So did you check out the video? I'll put a link on my community page on my channel and show you.
And
so take a look at that video.
The line didn't take off. Did parents go nuts when they ran with the Freddy figure or something for the
first? Exactly. So I think when they put out the Talking Freddy, parents were like, "What? You can't have a rated R movie," and so they actually, I think they kind of pulled it off the shelves. But you can. It's
so not what I'm getting from that is that figure is basically, if it's made by Matchbox, then it was kind of like reuse of their Fighting Furies figures that they made in the 80s or the 70s.
Sounds about right.
Yes, Jumpy. I do remember that. There was two of them actually. I think there was a second one as well.
Right. Thanks,
Brian.
Black. Yes.
What's his name? Brian something was his name.
Lack, I seen the box one for $50 on eBay just the other day. I was going to buy it. So yeah, pretty cool, huh? Yep. Did you know that?
I did not. No. I knew that about the Fighting Furies, but I did not know about that.
Consider us dazzled.
Yeah, but do you have the box, Dino?
No, I don't even have his, because he came with a different shirt. Because, he could transform from regular Max into Freddy. So he did come with a different shirt also. That's why I want to get the box version. And I can find one unboxed that's boxed for like $50.
There's one for $50 best offer, $13 shipping. There's one for $45, $12 shipping.
Yeah.
There's one that's kind of like the box is damaged. Like if you're not interested in the box in an incomplete outfit, you can get one for $12 with free shipping. But that's incomplete. Yeah, so they only made Freddy.
Yeah. But you should see the alien. One. Like if you look at the box, look at the back of the box. And it shows you Alien. And now Alien, that would have been super cool.
Okay, hold on.
Everyone's looking on eBay but me.
Is that a vampire Dracula?
Oh, hold on.
Yeah. And Dan, if you watch the interview, there's even more creatures that the guy had. He has the prototypes of them, but I guess Matchbox didn't buy the rest of the line.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, the alien's pretty cool.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, that's too bad they didn't do the Dracula or the Frankenstein either, huh?
No.
That's too bad.
So if he puts on the outfit and becomes the character, does that mean he goes from working in film special effects to murdering children in their dreams.
Only when you're
Exactly. See, that's what's kind of weird about, because when he was telling the story, is he's actually like a superhero, which is he's a good guy. But
Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering.
I think that was his initial intention of making the character, but I think Matchbox just made a Freddy Krueger and called it Mac FX.
That's
That is
pretty
cool.
awesome.
That is something that I did not know. Is this yours, Rick?
Yeah, I'm sharing something that none of you know. So, do any of you know who this long-haired blonde dude is in the picture?
Yeah, I do.
Not this really handsome guy with the baseball cap. That would be me. But this is Thomas Hayden Church, aka the Sandman from the Spider-Man movies, when he was an extra on 21 Jump Street with me. So before he was famous, he was an extra on 21 Jump Street.
So what happened to your big movie career, Rick? Did you meet Kevin Spacey?
It's gonna happen one day. If I met Kevin Spacey, I'd be a huge Hollywood star right now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I'm not
sure how to take that.
Oh, did that
Rick
show up
would have done whatever it took to make it all the way.
All right, Eric, dazzle us with the one thing you think we don't know.
I honestly don't think I have anything. Sorry
Come
to
on.
disappoint.
Wings.
You have some information stored away that you know you think we don't know.
Nothing's coming to mind.
20-pound babies can hurt your back.
All right. Connor, dazzle us.
I've got one. So, in certain communities in America, they use the phrase "you dig it."
Oh yeah,
right. It was popular in the 80s. You dig it.
Yeah.
That comes from Irish. That comes from the Gaelic language. Because to say I don't understand you, I'd say ni higame or ni digame, right? So I don't understand what you're saying. So when Irish immigrants were coming into the ports in New York and they were living and housed with people from the black community, the black community would try to talk to them, engage with them and say, ni digam. So black people start approaching the Irish people, and if they said something to them, they'd say, you dig, meaning you understand. So there you go.
So it wasn't Randy the Macho Man Savage that came up with it?
No, he was just part Irish.
He just stole it. He stole it then.
That's interesting. Some etymology for you. There you go.
That is pretty cool. All right, Dan, come on.
I bet you don't know that I had the world's smallest battleship game.
No,
we know now.
Way.
Hold on, let me make that.
I thought that sentence was going somewhere else for a minute. Good say.
Oh my God, they're so small.
Okay, one, I didn't even know this thing existed.
I didn't either. I love
Two,
Battleship.
where do I get one?
I got mine at Meijer, but I've seen them at FYE as well.
Huh.
I've seen
now, are you going to open it and play with it?
Mom and pop toy stores.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
you need like tweezers for the pegs.
Would that make it to report security?
It's got like, I know there's two pieces here, but there's a lot more inside. It's kind of small.
Hey Dan, B11. Is that how it works?
So when I used to go camping, that's one game. That's the one game I would take is the Star Wars electronic battleship.
My problem is that battleship, I don't think I can even hold the pegs with these nubs.
That was what last time anyone played Battleship. Like, holy cow.
Battleship.
All right, I'll show you guys my GI Joe HasLab presentation.
Oh, it's time.
So if there was going to be a GI Joe HasLab, I would suspect that the Hasbro HasLab team would create Viper Island for the GI Joe Classified Series line. And the way they would do it was You know, it's really funny because this went through like a few iterations. I was going to show video of like these islands for sale, and I was going to say $1.1 million, and one backer would get this Viper Island or whatever. But then I thought, nah, more people would want it. So I thought to myself, wouldn't it be kind of cool if they made a multi-level underground base that was hidden on Viper Island, where it had parking big enough for all of your HISS tanks? It had multiple levels.
Wait, how do the HISS tanks get in those other levels? I don't see any ramps.
It drives up the stairway. There was a rec room center on one of the levels, and then there was a command center on another level. And the way that this diorama system would work is it would easily fit into the top tier of a Billy bookcase.
Yeah, Team Billy. Did you see any of those HasLabs that I posted into the Google folder?
What?
Did you see any of those photos I posted into the Google folder?
All the photos that were there yesterday went into the PowerPoint today.
Okay, well, but all my HasLab presentation photos are in that folder now.
Why are they? When did you put them in there?
Before noon.
Who's working on this thing at like 5 o'clock in the morning?
There's some great photos in there of custom made, sand crawlers and cantinas and all that stuff, which are quite important, I think, to look at.
Do you have
there wasn't a lot of photos in there. I can't believe you didn't upload those to your slideshow.
Well, if you go, I mean, I'll go and look in there, but I got to tell you that, like, previously, I do appreciate that you're like pretty much the only person who throws pictures up there. I sent everybody the link.
But I'll promise you, I'll never upload a Power Ranger or a Ninja Turtle toy to that folder.
But the thing is, it's like I did say that I work on this slideshow for today's presentation. I work on it on Friday.
So that only leaves us 5.5 days.
So basically anything that's in here. Yeah. So anything that, I mean, I don't even know how you look at pictures in this folder because I download it every time. And then it's just a jumble.
Well, you can just click on it.
Yeah, you'd think, Jonathan, it's strange that they backtracked from me.
The problem, Rick, is like I'm looking at these sandcrawler pictures. Did you shave your beard for these pictures?
Yes, just for those. I shaved yesterday.
All right,
and it grew back.
All right, I'll just share my screen.
They're not my photos. They're just photos because you're not on Facebook, so you don't see like half of the photos that hit the internet.
Oh, you think I'm that out of it because there's that much stuff going on Facebook? All right, can you guys see that? Some crazy dude sitting there with a couple of sand crawlers. And then
wouldn't this win?
And then there's a landing bay.
This is for your Imperial shuttle that you want, Vern.
I like that. That's beautiful.
My Imperial shuttle wouldn't be able to because the hole in the ground.
Wow,
you get off the Imperial shuttle, and the Emperor would like slip and fall down that little hole in the middle of the landing area.
Yeah, that was better scale for a 375.
These look like actual props for our movie. It's kind of interesting that.
Oh, look at the Sarlacc pit! How cool
that
is that?
That ship is balanced on a Fisher Price toy box.
Yeah. Skyhopper. Yeah, this guy made all these.
Look at that. That's how big a Black Series X-Wing fighter would be.
More or less.
That's what the next HasLab needs to be. Look at that. That's a perfect scale. Fit in any room, on any shelf. No problem whatsoever. Slot right into your current collection. And I don't know why they're holding back. We need a Black Series X-Wing fighter. I know
you're saying that with seriousness, so I have to ask this question because you had said
in the picture, right?
You had said before that where you live, homes are not as roomy or spacious as like you imagine they are here in the States or whatever.
Yeah, we don't get basements over here, and we don't get.
Well, I don't have a basement, but yeah. So do you have space for something like this?
No, I'll totally get divorced if I bought something like that. It's worth it. It's a Black Series X-Wing. What are we,
All right, just checking.
It's not even
Look at
The
this.
TIE Fighter is enormous.
Look at that. Galaxy's Edge playset.
No, you lost me at Galaxy's Edge.
That's
At
a
least it's
Disneyland thing.
Star Warsy.
Yeah.
But he's got a
And then-
good looking. There's a whole city of like Mos Eisley.
Look at that.
That's-
There it is.
That's awesome.
That's incredible. Is that all made out of cardboard and hot glue?
Who knows? I didn't
No,
download
I
these
think-
pictures.
I think a lot of these are like wood.
He
Yeah,
had to
this
assemble
I
all
love.
those
This-
tables. That took a lot of work.
This is perfect.
Like
Well, there's
this.
a Jabba's
like, if
palace
you-
with a little dungeon for the Rancor.
I mean, honestly, like something like this, right? Instead of like a bookshelf, if you just had 8 layers of these to stack up on a wall, where maybe it's like a tower or building, you could have different floors of like a base or something like that.
And each
Yeah.
one could be an annual HasLab for, let's say, the vintage collection of the
Yeah.
Black Series, right?
So you think he made these, or you think these are
Alright.
the actual HasLab?
No, he made those. I've almost made one of these too about 20 years ago. Like when I showed you guys, this kind of photo, like this is like 25 years old. This little cardboard sandcrawler I printed out because I was gonna make one.
There's the
full-
next HasLab, Connor. That's what you're going to need
Jesus.
space for.
That's awesome, isn't it?
Can
You
you
can actually-
imagine?
A life-size saddle will comfortably fit on the back of that.
And those are 6-inch Black Series figures there.
That would actually kind of work. Like if you had like an entire wall, you could just set it next to the wall, and you can have your battle scene on the ground. And then, especially if one of the walls came off on the side, then you could set it up inside.
But who
You
would
can
have
have,
space
you can
for
have a
something
snow
like that?
speeder
Makes
flying
sense,
between
though.
the legs.
You get a scene every year as a HasLab
Yeah.
that would build up over the course of 5 years or 6 years. That it's a corner piece in a room.
Yes.
Oh, totally. I
That would
agree.
be an awesome idea.
Yeah.
I think
would
so
be
too.
my
Like I
room.
like those.
How many people that are toy collectors would actually have space for something like that?
Oh, check that Rocky out, Vern. Stallone posted this yesterday and said there's an LJN style Rocky coming out.
So LJN means it doesn't look anything like Rocky.
Well, LJN to
That's
me
the
means like
abbreviation for
big
LJN.
and bendy and rubbery. So I'm assuming this will be like a big bendy rubbery
Like
style
the
Rocky.
Jigglers back in the 70s.
Like the old Hogan toys.
That guy, he's,
Yeah, this
he's
is big
selling a
Rocky
bunch of
Johnson,
his
yeah.
stuff, by the way.
Yeah.
See, Lex got the right idea there. That's
I bid on his
man-
watch.
Man with some intuition to get behind a project.
Oh
and get
yeah,
it
you
done.
would need a bigger home just for as close to scale at wouldn't you? Like
Eric,
But-
Eric, let me ask you a question. Did anything what like if they were selling that at, would that shelf in the background be moved so you could put your at?
I might be tempted. I don't know. That would be cool. Like if it was by some grace of God, it was affordable. Yeah, I guess I'd consider it. My wife wouldn't be happy.
we'll have
wanted
to
it-
hide it.
I want to get that. Like my like Grail. I think I mentioned this before. Is Regal Robot has a life-size Chewbacca statue.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want that so bad. But my wife said she's divorcing me if I like.
Really? Because
Yeah.
of
That
the
about
price or
food?
just because of the item?
Both. It's 20 grand.
Yeah,
What
but
if
say
you won
say
it
you
in a
found it at a
contest?
yard sale for $100. Would she
Oh,
be okay?
No, she wouldn't, but she'd get over it for $100.
Yeah.
He would fall in love with it.
So did you ever think about going down to like Michael's or Joann's or whatever, one of those things, buying that little body thing that they put the dresses on, and then going and buying a Chewbacca outfit from the Halloween store and then just dressing up that thing?
That'd be
Well,
cool.
that
I have
wouldn't-
the mask.
yeah.
It'd be a cool video.
Yeah.
Because you can get
For your
it,
first
you know those
video.
wig, the styrofoam heads that you put your wigs on.
Yeah.
You want me to go grab one?
Who puts their wigs on, Vern?
I thought you had it on your shoulders right now.
You could put the head on one of those. It would sit on top of the little mannequin body, right? You could just stuff the arms, put some wires or something so he can be like posed.
You know, back in the 80s when I was still in high school, so like 1985, 1986, I was so into horror and Freddy Krueger that I made a Freddy Krueger doll just like that. So I made it out of like 2x4s for the frame. I put a Freddy costume on it, and I got the head, the mask, and for the eyes, you know, the boglins that they sold.
Yeah.
So I took the eyeballs out of the boglin and put it for Freddy's eyes, and I actually still own those eyeballs. I
That's
just found
cool.
them the other day.
Well, you shared a video recently, Dean. I think I saw it on Instagram, or maybe it was the YouTube, but where you're performing on stage at one of your bodybuilding events, dressed up as Freddy. Like, well, you weren't dressed up; you were wearing a glove, and a hat and a Speedo.
He was
and
disqualified.
My
Speedo.
Speedo.
That was brilliant, dude. Like
I painted the Speedo the colors of Freddy's
the sweater.
That was right.
That was brilliant.
That video ended 30 seconds before he was disqualified.
Because I had slippage.
No, because they thought you were threatening them with those razor
knives.
So I used to work in fast food. I used to work for a company that sells the Jumbo Jack. I won't tell you which one that is, but anyways, the offices were like upstairs. So you would come in like the back door, and then right around the corner there was like a stairs that went up, and there was just an office and a break room up there. And for Halloween, the next day was Halloween. I closed the night before. We stuffed one of the janitor uniforms, which was like the full flight suit type thing. Yeah. We stuffed it and we stood it at the top of the stairs. And then we took the light bulbs out on the stairway. So the only light was some really dim light coming from the break room. So just kind of illuminating this.
Nice.
And was that the first job you ever got fired from, Vern?
No. And we left because we were like, oh, let's see what the morning crew does. But I did let somebody who was on the morning shift know, but like my manager was the one who opened the store, and I wish I was there, but like apparently when she turned the corner and saw this dude at the top of the stairs, like freaked out and ran over to like the grill area and grabbed a knife and was like, I'm coming up there, you mother.
That was the day her hair turned white.
But I will tell you, they opened the store at 6 and then they came in at 5. At 5:15, I had a phone call. I did get a phone call.
Really?
Yeah.
I found a mannequin head at work one time, right? And it was a hairdresser's mannequin. So a hairdresser would learn how to cut hair. Yeah. So I found and on the name of it right here, it had a name. It said Chad. So everybody at work knew this mannequin head by name, Chad. So around October time I would get a pole and put the head on the pole and put a uniform shirt on it.
Yeah.
And we would place it around the shop in different locations. Like it would be at the urinal, it would be in like in a stall, or so you wouldn't expect it. You would turn the corner and all of a sudden there would be somebody standing there, Chad, and it would just freak you out for a short period of time. So
that's funny.
I didn't necessarily have like something quite like that, but at my desk at work when I used to work actually in an office, you might be able to see it behind me, might not be able. I have one of those singing and dancing Caddyshack goofers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's busted, but it's still cool to look at. I had it on my desk. I had it on my desk at work, and all my coworkers would like dress it up as like the office mascot. Like I remember when I got engaged, like I came back from the holiday, you know, they had it dressed up with like a ring and a ball and chain and like some Hawaiian shirt and whatnot. Yeah, it was fun little stuff like that.
I remember seeing that toy at that gopher at KB Toys back in the day.
Yeah, I wish it worked. It's busted now. Something
because it would dance like that and have the music.
Yeah, just that.
Which is weird because that movie's from like the early '80s. Like
the toy was from the '90s,
merchandise. Okay.
Late '90s, early 2000s,
right?
They did, but like, is anything memorable from any of them?
Just Bill Murray.
Hey, Stu. Stu's here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I gotta go.
That's okay, Dan. We're going to
See
be
you,
wrapping
Dan.
everything up. You
Hey,
got
Dan,
anything
see
coming
ya.
up this week? You want to
Nope, nope,
promote? All right.
no, but I know Dino does.
Well,
we
we
don't-
have something
we
coming
don't
up.
let
That,
Dino promote anything. Right now. All right, Dan. Yes.
I'm going to
Cheers,
be at
man.
Full Moon Toys and Collectibles later on today, shopping for toys.
Nice.
Nice.
I actually did. I
Are you
went
gonna
before I
film it?
came here. I went there.
There was a new Acolyte trailer that dropped last night that showed
Another one?
the
Yeah.
Wookiee wielding the lightsaber and
Kel
one
Naka. Yeah.
the one lady Jedi wielding her whip saber.
Yep.
Oh, I
Vernesta
gotta watch
Rowe.
that trailer.
So
Yeah,
it's
she's
getting a little
yeah.
more into the marketing deadline and getting all that stuff out. And I'm gonna officially do the Acolyte after show. So looking for a host or two that would like to talk about that show in the upcoming weeks.
That's cool.
There'll be
Yeah.
7 shows.
I don't know. I was never invited to those other ones.
You're always invited.
Yeah.
Hey, so I know Rick will just agree with me on this. So you're
Absolutely.
excluded-
Even though you haven't said
you're
it yet, I
excluded from the
agree.
conversation, Rick, because I know that he will agree with me. But have you guys seen these like AI movie trailers where the guy's like, "Oh, Star Wars, if it was filmed in the 50s in Panavision or whatever"? Have you seen
Yeah.
those like movie trailers? They're popping
I
up
haven't
all
haven't
over the
seen that.
website. I'm kind of getting tired of them
Boing,
because
boing, boing.
it just seems like
Because it's all crap.
more and more people are doing them, and it's like they're just reaching now. And I just keep seeing like everybody trying to redo like the one that the guy did before. And the ones that cracked me up was they did one for Gladiator, and watching it just made me think like, oh, did they mean Spartacus? You know what I mean? Which was actually filmed in Panavision. And then they did another one, Journey to the Center of the Earth. And I was like, well, wasn't that filmed in Panavision? And then I remembered there was the Brendan Fraser one. So I'm thinking some of the guys doing these AI trailers don't even know that some of these movies were done in like the 50s.
Everyone just jumping on the trend, maybe though.
I
You
think
know,
the
one or two
very
of them-
first fake trailer made by AI got millions and millions of views. And then a million people just like, well, I'm going to do the same thing and get 100 views.
Yeah, I did try to do it. I did one. It was a Battlestar Galactica, but honestly, I did it as a short because there's no way I was going to make like a 1.5-minute video like some of these guys are doing. And the reason why I did it mostly was because I wanted to test out the video AI to see how easy it was just to type stuff in and to get the video
all the
to
fingers.
sort of make a video. And what I noticed, like the motion's really weird. Like even though it's supposed to be a video, the person like moves and then all of a sudden right here his fingers turn into like 2 fingers or something like that. It's like bizarre.
It's weird, man.
Yeah, but the one thing I can't figure out, and I think they're doing this, the face replace, they're using a second app to do the face swap, is how they get like different actors' faces on these characters. And then when you do it, and we were talking about the AI a long time ago about how it just pulls from stuff that's out there. When you see like the character that it created, you realize, oh shoot, this is actually somebody from an old movie, right? Like it probably a compilation of 2 or 3 different actors to get like a certain look, but it looks so familiar. You're like, oh yeah, okay, I know who this is.
Yeah, it's weird and scary at the same time. Like I get it, but it'll just put a lot of people out of work. Like,
yeah, I mean, I think making AI trailers like that is way worse than just watching a bootleg version of a movie on the internet.
it is. It really is.
So with that being said, so what I have coming up is I created a Planet of the Apes AI trailer.
You
just in
did.
case anybody's interested. Now it took me no.
That's what you have coming up. That's what Dan was wanting you to promote.
No. So I'm gonna be at 6:30. I'm gonna be hanging out with a couple of my Australian buddies,
Okay.
Dean and Scott Crusher. So it's Totally Taylor Retro Hunters channel.
Uh-huh.
So we're just
Oh,
gonna be
cool.
talking toys and hanging out. So those two, Scott Crusher has a great channel. He shows a lot of vintage toys. So we're gonna have a great time. I collect a lot of vintage, and So they asked me to come on, and we're gonna hang out.
That's
That's
cool.
Yeah,
Today,
fun,
you know?
fun guy, Scott. That'll be
Tomorrow.
enjoyable.
Tomorrow morning, right?
Well, it's gonna be
5 a.m.
6:30 today for me. So in about an hour and a half, I'm gonna be doing
Oh,
it,
okay.
and for them, it's gonna be tomorrow. It's gonna be
Tomorrow
Sunday for
morning.
them.
All right. And then Connor, what do you got coming up? Anything?
Oh, I'm not done yet.
Yeah.
I'm not done yet.
You only get
So I
one
just-
jersey, Dino.
Connor,
I just released 2 videos this today. Indiana Jones with green screen and another one using the green screen effect. So depending on which side you want to watch, let me know your opinion. What do you like to see an actual image besides the green on videos? So let me know. Leave a comment in there, and I would like to show you a toy after you guys talk.
So when you say green screen, you used AI.
I did, yeah. So when exactly. So
Now,
I turned that whole
did you
video
use a green
AI.
screen and make the background like trees?
Yeah.
Couldn't you just go outside?
Well, I didn't. What I did, it was a cave. So Indiana Jones, I did a
You
cave.
don't have cave. You don't have a cave outside in your
No.
backyard.
Well, the
Oh.
thing is when you film outdoors, you get a lot of traffic and you get a lot of sounds, wind, and all that. So
Well,
it
you
makes
did say you weren't working in the garden today because of the rain.
Oh,
so
you know
get
what? Dino, you know what? There's this thing like, so when you film a video and you're in production, you can actually turn the volume on the video you took off and replace it with new audio. You could just click just a microphone
voiceover,
and you can like speak instead.
Oh.
Yeah, so like if you do like a green
Actually, I do
screen or stop
voiceover
motion,
on
or
all
you
of them.
could pretend like the dude's talking. It's actually kind of a cool feature on technology, and it's not even AI.
If you're really bad at it, people will call you out in your videos like Dino and say, "Hey, I can tell you did a total voiceover, Rick."
Yeah,
that's
Rick,
awesome.
Rick, I when you did that video on the Micro Galaxy, the voiceover and stuff, man, keep that up. That was such a good video.
Thank you, buddy. Sometimes you have to do it that way because you don't want to hear the original audio. Too many swear words.
Connor, what do you got coming up?
So I have a couple of things coming up. I'm working on a few things, but I'm partaking in there's a few different channels doing it. It's called May the Power of the Force on Power of the Force, where we're all reviewing a Power of the Force figure.
Oh,
so
interesting.
My one's coming up on May 29th, and the reason I'm bringing it up here is I'm hoping somebody watches it because I'm pretty sure it's going to disappear into the algorithm somewhere. But look, it's all part of a bit of fun. So I put the hashtag in the chat there. So anyone that wants to look at some of the other channels that have done it, we're just doing a review of an older figure. It started off for May the 4th and it's running for all of May. I'm slotted in for May 29th. So keep an eye out for my Power of the Force video.
Is it one figure?
Just one figure. So everyone had to pick a different figure. So I'm going with Luke, Jedi Luke.
So you can't open that one. That one's the short tray, long saber version. So that's worth like big bucks, man. That one.
What are you talking about?
It's worth $99. It's worth $2.99.
There you go. I just opened it.
I'm teasing. Remember they came out with like long sabers, short trays, or short trays, long sabers, and
so
this turned into a whole thing I mentioned in my video.
I watched this channel called vidIQ, and they give you like tips about like when you're putting up your videos, and one of the tips they say is that if you're doing like a one-off type of a video where like you don't think it's like your regular audience or something like that, there's a feature that when you're upload it and you're going through it, there's a button, there's a selection that says notify all my subscribers or whatever of this video, and you can uncheck it, and supposedly that will help keep that video from counting against you if people click off of it because it's not something that they want to watch.
I should do that to all my videos.
Supposedly, I don't know if that's
100%
true, but that's
no. Look, it's a bit of fun. Like I said, there's a lot of channels that got behind it and are doing it. So I just I think it's I'm cool, only in this for the fun, for the bit of crack. So
that's cool.
What it's for. So
and so Eric, are you gonna post your first video this week?
No, I'm just gonna be going through a withdrawal with no new Marvel or Star Wars content until Backlight comes out.
But
Still editing his first video.
but on the 25th of May, you'll be able to watch that new movie on Netflix with Jennifer Lopez, where she's like in the
is that
Space
when that comes
Command
out?
or something like that.
I have no idea what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
It looks
it's-
good, but I don't know if Jennifer Lopez is.
We talked about it on here once.
Yeah, I
Jennifer
probably didn't-
Lopez?
Yeah. She's in some
J-Lo.
sort of a robotic suit or something like that, and she
an
controls
AI
like
suit,
the-
like
yeah,
it's almost like Iron Man suit.
yeah, it looked pretty good.
Huh.
That's coming out, and then Madam Web's on Netflix. So,
Yeah, I was tempted to watch that last night, but yeah.
so I
Yeah,
will-
I want to watch it.
It's so
I'm gonna-
bad. It's so-
I'm
Is
gonna
it really
take a
that
poll.
bad?
I'm going to take a
so bad.
poll. For everybody who has not seen it yet, we're going to ask if you've seen it next week, since it will be like a whole week.
Where was
I'll-
it before Netflix?
I'll
What?
give it a crack just to see
Theater?
how bad it is. But yeah.
The
Oh,
theater.
this is his first time on.
And then Dune
Command or
Part
whatever?
2 is coming out on Max.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I bought that on 4K because I want to watch it in like
I'm going to
Dolby
watch it for
Atmos.
free
and-
on Max in 4K.
Yeah, but I don't have you need a good internet service to get the 4K and Dolby Atmos. And,
Oh, you're right. That dial-up you got at your house isn't going to.
yeah, I hate listening to that whining when I'm watching a movie.
Yeah.
Hey,
And
can I
then
show a figure real
Hold
quick?
on. And Rick, what do you got coming up?
He already talked.
I'm gonna make a video on Dino's action figure here.
Oh, that's cool. Which one?
No, I
The Freddy Krueger one?
I have several videos that I've not completed. Maybe I'll
Yeah.
work on those.
Yeah. All right. That's cool. Connor, what do you got coming up?
So I've got this new NECA Predator figure. Don't have it in hand here, but I'm going to make sure I get the video up before anybody else.
That's hilarious.
You know what? I
Right.
might even make a video.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
your first video
Just
should
to,
be
just
Predator.
to,
There you go.
Peer pressure.
yeah.
All right. Well, I want to thank everybody in the chat.
So I posted on my channel a short 45-second clip, I believe, of Max FX. I think there was while we were streaming, I found a short video on all the toys that were supposed to be released.
Did
So
you
it's
put
pretty
it in
cool.
the-
So check out. It's in my community tab. So
you
go to
wanna-
my
you
community
want to
tab
throw it
and
into
click on
the
it.
comments here?
Yeah.
All right.
So check
Everybody
out this
watching
cool
the
figure.
show, you won't be able to go watch
Is
that.
that the
movie from a
translucent
direct
one?
link
No,
because
this
Dino
is an
won't share
older
the link
figure.
here. What is that?
Dark Horse comic.
Mm.
Looks
Interesting.
like Batman
Very
clothes.
nice.
Hmm.
Thanks for
Is it
sharing, Dino.
broken?
How much was that?
I got it for $40.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's like $85 on the eBay.
On
Like
the eBay.
$85 in Canada.
Did eBay change its name to the eBay?
The eBay.
Stop
That's Rick calls it the eBay.
Stop using eBay. Stop it. Stop, everyone. Everyone stop, and it will go
That's
away.
I didn't even know this thing existed. This came out years ago, like 10 years ago or something.
All right.
Awesome find.
That is cool. All right, everybody in the chat, thanks for hanging out with us again for another couple of hours on Saturday. We'll be back next week on the Toy Duo team talking about everything that gets revealed during the week and pretty much anything that we want to talk about, and probably whatever movie news or pop culture stuff that pops up. We'll probably talk about Dune too, since we'll probably all have watched it by then, I'm guessing.
I'm not
And
allowed
then-
to until my daughter comes home from college.
And then
Take a nap
maybe
first, Dino.
Yeah.
maybe whatever. There's got to be some other movies coming out. But anyways, thanks for hanging out with us again. And we'll see you next time on the Toy Duo team.
Toys, 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 manly toys, 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 toys.
And TV and movies too.